So,
Well,
Ken, on behalf of Worldwide Woodturners, I'd like to welcome you to the group. Where are you coming in from? Where you located at? Tell us a little bit about yourself. How long you've been turning, and what you
I
like
start,
doing, and whatnot.
I started turning in 2020. A friend of mine set us up with a pen turning, and I turned my first pen, and then I decided I needed to buy a lathe, and it grew from there. I'm from Pennsylvania, York, southern, south central.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're close to
we
me.
got some people there in PA and that are here right now.
Yeah, I'm in
From
Frederick,
PA,
Maryland.
huh?
Okay, you're
Well,
not that
welcome to
far.
the group.
No, not at all.
Welcome to the group. You're going to enjoy what we do here. So,
Where are you
Yeah,
from, PA?
I watched last week's meeting last night and
nice.
figured I'll jump on today.
Yeah.
Okay,
More than
outstanding.
welcome.
You've
Well,
been
as you
working
can
in the
tell, as you
background.
can tell, we're very, very serious people.
Oh
You know.
yes, yeah, real serious.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're real
We're
serious.
serious
That's the
about
way it
wood
should
turning,
be.
but at the same time, we're very nonchalant about everything else. So
We got an echo in here somewhere.
Yeah,
Somewhere.
we do.
no, it's just a live mic. We just need the
Oh,
co-host to find that
oh,
live mic.
oh, okay.
Is the lady
Somebody's got a
from
TV on.
Arts, is she new to the group? I haven't seen her before.
Yeah, I haven't seen her before either, but I've seen her TikToks.
She's muted. She's probably
She said
Yep.
she's a baby
Hello.
turner.
If
Talk to
Elemental
him, say
Arts
hi.
could put a name, put a personable name on there instead of your business name, that would be great.
She's that wood burner from New Hampshire that's been burning some of our bowls for us. She's a really good wood
awesome.
burner, and she's just starting to learn how to turn wood.
Cool.
Folks, if you have a TV or a radio on in the background, please mute it or turn it off
Mute
because
it or turn it off. Yeah.
it does not sound good for everybody else listening to it. All right, very cool. Well, hey, we're at the top of the hour, so let's go ahead and get the festivities started. Looks like we got a couple new people in tonight. For those that haven't been mentioned, let us know in the chat, and we'll bring you on later on, and find out a little bit about yourself. Um, we have a great demonstration in tap for later on tonight. Usually gets started about an hour after we get into the program. Wanted to give a couple updates. After so much demand, people asking for it, we have now got stickers on order. I should have stickers in hand April 2nd. I'll have a payment link up on the Facebook page under the featured tab, and I'll get that link sent off to the webmaster, Dave Rhodes, who is here tonight as well. And that'll get updated onto the web page as well for your ordering convenience. Stickers, 3-inch stickers with our typical club logo that we have for our patches. It will look just like this.
Except in black and white.
Navy blue and gold. It's a real sharp patch. Stickers are going to look just as sharp as well. They're die cut, UV protectant. I didn't get I got the most expensive ones. That way we've got quality patches or stickers that we can put on our legs and then wipe off when they get dirty or whatever. And they'll have a lot of longevity. And there's a lot of people that like to slap them on the back of car bumpers or their windshields, so they'll hold up to the sunlight a little bit better than our old ones that we had. Yeah, so with that, so $1.75 for the patches, another dollar for international sales because international stamp is $1.70. So I'm going to wind up eating another 70 cents in cost for international, but hey, whatever. Worldwide doing for worldwide wood turners. So Patches, they're $7.50 each. We have and that's shipped worldwide, postage included. Payment link is up on the Facebook group page. Got it on the web page as well. Level up update. In case you haven't heard, we're putting on an extravagant event up in Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin, September 17th, 18th, and 19th. Sign up for the class. It's classes, however many classes you want to take. You want to take 8, you can take 8. God bless you if you can turn all day long for 3 days straight. That's outstanding. Totally encourage you if you can. $160. Get fed 3 evening meals. We've got lodging accommodations, $130 a night. We've got a block of rooms laid out at the Resort Hotel Mead up there in Wisconsin Rapids, which is about 2 miles away from the compound where we're going to be hosting Level Up at. Going to be a good time. Registrations are doing well. Got more already than I was expecting, so I'm tickled. I'm over the moon. Captain Eddie is thrilled. Everybody else is thrilled. We've got some minor changes we've got to do in the background. Me and Dave Rhodes are going to work on that tomorrow for those of you that were contacted in the last week by Billy. We're going to get that straightened out tomorrow. Let's see, am I missing anything? Oh, and I'm also working, there's a lot of demand. There's a lot of questions about, hey, can we get a ball cap with our real logo on there? And so since how there is so much interest for that, I've gone out, I've researched it, I've looked at it. I should have more news in the coming week on that, but it looks like we're going to be able to do ball caps where you can order directly from Amazon and have a quality hat along with our artwork on it. Before I go through with it, I will make sure that I get a sample and make sure it's something copacetic that I would wear myself along with anybody else. I don't like a cheap ball cap. I don't like when it's all big and poofy up on top or anything like that. So working on that, because y'all wanted a ball cap. So, a little bit extra work for me, whatever. I love it. Love y'all. So yes, that's the reason why we're
I'm
here.
glad you had those patches done in blue and gold instead of red and white.
I agree.
Go blue, right, Matt?
Yeah.
I went to Michigan school.
That wasn't the reason
The
why.
only time I
Definitely
cheer
not
for Michigan
maize.
is when they're playing Ohio State.
Well,
he could have had him made in Ohio State colors,
Well, that's why Billy was saying red and white, but it's actually scarlet and gray. Whatever.
Okay. Okay.
Dane, what about the
Scarlet
newsletter
and
books?
gray.
Newsletter books. Yes, thank you, Brenda.
Settle down.
So we've been doing a new bi-weekly newsletter with all our artwork, all the stuff that we make. We send it into our editor, which is JJ. He's here tonight as well. And so what we have done is we took those bi-weekly newsletters and we compiled them all into a book. And so we've got everything for 2024, everything for 2025. So we're, as a digital file, each of them are over 4.5 gigabytes. So to be able to take that to Kinko's don't exist anymore. Take that to Office Max or to FedEx or some other in-town publisher or printer and have all that stuff printed out in color. Good luck on that for getting an affordable price. Anyhow, so we were able to self-publish it on Amazon. And so both those editions are available for sale on Amazon. We get the club gets a couple dollars for it, as a royalty. But we don't have to touch it. It doesn't come to us. We don't have to pack it up. You order it from Amazon and poof, it goes off to you. Multiple folks here have ordered both volumes or at least one set. And and I'm sure somebody can grab their edition and hold it up and show this 8.5 by 11 fine quality paper edition of all the newsletters, all our our projects, our how-tos, our tips and tricks that we put in. You can't beat it,
Yeah.
and you can't beat it for the price either. So, yeah, here we go. Jason's got his. Let me spotlight him
I
real
got
quick.
both
Go
of
ahead,
mine
Jason.
right here, Jane.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
And it's not a little bitty book. It's not 20 pages. It's not 50 pages. It's got to be close to 100 pages.
182
Cool.
for 2025, and I think it's 212 for 2024, if I
Okay.
remember.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
more pages than I was
Both
even
in the neighborhood
remembering.
of 200 pages. Yeah.
Right. And this is JJ, our editor, for the new folks that aren't familiar. Let's see. What am I forgetting? Am I forgetting anything? Any updates? Scott? Billy?
I have one question.
Yeah.
When we register for Level Up, are we going to get an email to show what courses and that we're registered for?
Yes.
Oh,
Eventually.
yeah. Yeah. You didn't get it? You didn't get an email?
No, and I have to admit, when I was registering, I couldn't register for any of the sharpening sessions, so I ended up taking other ones. And I don't.
Yeah.
I'm old and senile, and I can't remember which ones I signed up for. But
I'll get that list off to you tomorrow, Scott.
well, I appreciate
Or
that.
or,
Thank
or,
you.
or later or later tonight, I'll get it off to you so you can see
But
what
yeah,
you signed up for.
Eventually all registrants should receive something showing
Right.
them what they're signed up for.
Right. If you didn't get the email or you didn't save a copy, yeah, we'll take care of that. Don't worry.
And I have one other message. If I can get the number of pictures in that yearbook that I got in, the rest of you should be embarrassed. Because the work I see
Tell them,
at
Scott.
these meetings, the work I see at these meetings is far beyond anything that I can put out. And I'm not seeing it in the yearbook. I'm not seeing it in the newsletters. So you guys take pictures and send them into JJ, please.
Right. It's a
Yeah,
great
tell 'em, Scott.
inspiration for turners. It's a great inspiration for other turners to if it is, like Scott's saying, if it is above our skill level, then it gives us something to strive for, or give us an idea of, well, I may not be able to make that, but I can make something close to it. Yeah. Thank you, Scott. That's good. That's good advice.
Hey, Dane,
Yeah.
say something about remind everybody about the phone number to call to reserve the hotel.
Yes. So call them the hotel at Hotel Mead, and we've got this on the website. We've got this on our little promotion flyer. But when you call it a Hotel Mead, you need to talk to the front desk, and if the front desk person is unknowing, then you need to request to speak to the sales coordinator. And the code is level up for the 130 a night, and that's from September 14th for early bookings, and all the way through September 24th. So
Just answered my question I had for you.
Just those 3 days. Yeah.
Yeah, and I did not have any problems at all when I called.
Outstanding, Dale.
And I told him I was getting there on Wednesday and leaving on Sunday.
Great.
Good to hear.
I will probably
Believe it or
leave
not,
here on
of all-
Tuesday and stop at a rest area and sleep in my car Tuesday night. Because
Of all
it's a
people,
13-hour plus drive.
They gave me a hard time. I still got a call back.
No,
First time I called, they're like, "Oh, what?" And I'm like, "Wait a minute, you don't know what you're talking about. I'll talk later."
Well,
But
as far as I know, my wife's not coming with me, so I've got an extra bed if a man needs to share a room and wants to pay half the cost of the room.
right there you go. And there's Airbnbs up there, so if you want to buddy up with somebody or like Dale says, buddy up with some, and they're queen size beds, double beds, and also king size price. So, some of y'all may want to sleep 3 or 4 in one king, hey, that's y'all's choice. We don't judge. So,
So
Don't ask,
we're
don't
all,
tell.
part of it, yeah, what happens in level up stays at level up, right? So, all right. So with that, go ahead, Dale.
So when the time, when we get to September 1st, if there's another man that knows he's traveling alone, wants to let me know, we can meet at the hotel and share the cost.
Right. That's a good idea. Very good. Thank you, Dale.
Because they told me the total cost will be $630 for the number of nights I'm staying.
Right. Yep. That'll work. All right. Yeah. Like I said, so with that, evening meal on level up. So it's going to be a good thing. Oh, then also we have on the webpage, we also have a donation link, so we're, trying to make things good, build things up, make things cheap for all our members. We don't charge a membership fee, but if you see it in your heart, you like what you see, you enjoy the weekly demos, tips, tricks, everything you're learning. The website, hands down, the website's 100% better than anything else out there. Anything helps. Click that link, send what you can. If not, it's not part of the price of admittance. So, we still like to have you here regardless. So with that, if there's any other questions regarding club business on Level Up or little patches or stickers to be coming, we will get into the program. All right, great. Let's get into the program. So last couple of weeks, I've been wanting to talk about what's the difference. How do you tell the difference between a spindle gouge and a bowl gouge?
I know.
And there's a lot of people out there that think it's all dependent upon what?
The size of the tang.
Size of the tang. and that is a misnomer, Dan. Demystifying wood turning.
Not only that, it's wrong.
It's the flute,
right,
isn't it?
Yep.
It's based on the flute.
Yep.
So spindle gouge. This is a 1/2-inch spindle gouge.
It's got a U. Is it a perfect U or a?
It's your standard. We're just talking standard U-shaped, U-fluted gouges. And so we got a 1/2-inch.
It's important to note,
Maybe
too, depends on where you order your gouge from.
We're not talking, and it doesn't matter if it comes from Europe because of we're not talking about the diameter.
Yeah. But when you say 1/2 inch in America, it's a 1/2 inch.
Doesn't matter if it's bowl or spindle.
So we're talking about the diameter of the bars.
The bars.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Whether it's it's millimeter, who cares? You got a 1/2 inch spindle gouge. Your spindle gouge is going to be less than 1/2. The flute is going to be the depth of the flute is going to be less than 1/2 the diameter of that bar stock.
Okay.
That's how you can tell a spindle gouge. A bowl gouge
is deeper. Yeah.
Is going to have 1/2 or greater depth of the flute. And that's how you tell the difference between a spindle gouge and a bowl gouge. It has absolutely nothing to do with the tang. Because
the easy way is the sides of the flute are higher, in a bowl gouge.
Deeper.
Typically they are. And the
Yeah.
reason why they're higher is because the
It's
flute
because it's deeper.
is deeper. Exactly. And that's going to hold true on all your spindle gouges compared to a bowl gouge. And again, it's got nothing to do with the tang. Um, the tang misnomer comes into play because the old and the lower end and the current lower end are forged from a single flat stock of metal, and it's
And
beat
they're
around a
stamped.
round die, and it's pressed from a die if it's die pressed, or it's forged around that die to make that flute. And so that's what you see in your lower end roughing gouges. And that's why everybody, runs to jumps like, oh, the tang, tang, tang. But again, you can't use the tang to identify a roughing gouge because your higher end are milled the exact same way as a bowl gouge from a single piece of round bar, and it's milled and it doesn't have a flat tang. Your roughing gouge is cut like this, ground like this, originally for a specific purpose, for when you're doing spindle work and you're going in on square stock and you're wanting to make that nice clean cut and keep those square corners going into your spindle, and or for fast removal of stock from your spindle. Now we've taken it up, a couple levels, since the advent of these spindle roughing gouges, and are able to get slicing cuts by the way we hold our tool, by presenting it the way we do now. But originally, that's all you had was a spindle roughing gouge, a spindle gouge, and then the other one, the continental spindle gouge, which hardly has any flutes on it. And don't mind this one because I repurposed mine to make a beading tool out of it. But it's the same premise. It's stamped and or forged and beat around a round die to make that shape. And then the other key element between your spindle gouge and your bowl gouge to read for the differences in the flute depth, it all has to do with chip clearance. So the deeper the flute, whether it's your roughing gouge or your bowl gouge, it's all about mass exodus of getting those chips out of there as you're plowing through the wood, as opposed to the spindle gouge, which is primarily for more of a finesse cut. And or if you're Richard Raffin, because the spindle gouge is far cheaper to buy and replace than it is for a bowl gouge. And that's why Richard Raffin and a lot of his proteges use spindle gouges when they're turning bowls, to include on the inside with the end grain, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with using the spindle gouge turning the bowl on the inside.
Okay.
Scott, take it away.
So I'm going to add to what Dane's talking about. I'm going to encourage all of you to go watch Thomas Law's video on can I do this with a continental gouge / roughing gouge, and he'll explain to you what the difference is, just as Dane did tonight. There is a big difference between a continental gouge and a spindle gouge. I use continental gouges a lot on the outside of a bowl. I use a very small continental gouge on the inside of a bowl to do the walls, but you can't do the bottom because you can't get around the corner because of the way the wings are shaped. If you go to Thomas Loss video, he actually shows you how to grind a continental gouge to use in a bowl, and he uses it in a bowl. I love continental gouges. My spindle gouges, you can see how crappy and dirty they are, or my roughing gouge, you can see how crappy and dirty it is. took me 15 minutes to dig this out of the back of the drawer the other day when I was talking to Dane about this. When we were discussing this topic that we're going to do. These to me are useless. You can see how much it's ground goofy. I have a modified continental gouge that I've put my own grind on. It makes it work better, gives a smoother shearing cut rather than what you'll ever get out of a roughing gouge.
What degree, Scott?
I don't
You
know.
have
I
it
can't
cut
tell
out.
you that. Because I freehand grind it and I know what I want it to look like. It's probably somewhere around 55 degrees, somewhere in that area. 45 to 55 degrees. So these two tools are the exact same, except one's got a different profile on it. You can see one is real blunt and one has got more like a fingernail on the front. This one you can use in a bowl. This one you can't. This one's for outside work only, spindle work, or the outside of a bowl. It works pretty good on an outside of a bowl, but you got to rub the bevel. I mean, you got to get the bevel on and then turn your handle and get it to cut. You're going to cut it somewhere around 10 o'clock. If you open the flute up too much, you're going to have a nasty catch. If the flute's closed too much, obviously it's not going to cut. It's cutting in the wrong position on the tool. You want to cut somewhere in here. On this particular grind, my modified one. On this one, you want to cut somewhere in the same area, but you're going to see that it's a little different. You're cutting somewhere to the right or left of center, depending on which way you're going, right? They also make small continental gouges, which I have this one ground more like a spindle gouge, detailed spindle gouge. And I have this one really modified to a detailed spindle gouge, so it comes to almost a point. They both do the same thing, they just got a little different grind for doing different things. But
Right.
with that, I am going to share a few other things. If I can get this to work.
Oh, I got confidence.
I haven't done shared screen a whole lot, so give me a second. Oh yeah, and then it'd have to be little. I think I want this one. Hang on a second.
Well, Scott, make yourself the only one on the screen.
Well, he's got to get his share screen. That's why.
Oh, I'm gonna get it where I only have to pick one. I had them all in one folder. Okay.
Then open your folder.
I did.
Okay.
I want to share this one. Did it come through? Did you guys see it?
Yep.
I see a page.
Okay.
Something.
If you notice here, he's using this continental gouge on the inside of this bowl, which is what everybody tells you is a no-no, right? Well, it is. It's fine as long as you're doing a bowl that's shaped like this one where it has a real straight wall. It makes a beautiful cut inside. And if you go to Thomas Loss video, he's going to show you just exactly what this guy's doing in this book. This is just a book that I got when I bought a set of tools. This book came with it. So let me open this one. Stop share. Open this picture. Share again. This one. There, you guys should be able to see that now, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. You can see here where he's using it on the outside and again on the inside of this segmented piece. So you don't believe the misnomer that you can't use a continental gouge on the outside. You can't use a roughing gouge, a true roughing gouge with flat tops, but typically your continental gouges have a rounded shoulder on the edge of the flute. They're not typically flat, square like most of them. If Dane could show that one again and show a good picture of the top of it. And I'll show another picture. See how square it is on the top compared to how round
Hold
mine
it so we
is
can
on
see the top.
See how round
Yeah.
mine is?
Yeah.
And Dane's
Point
is
yours
flat.
down, Dane.
Tip yours down a little, Dane. There you go.
There you go.
See how his is flat on the top and it's a real deep flute? Mine is flat on round on the top and shallow. That's a true continental gouge.
Right.
Like Matthias was using a couple weeks ago in his demo.
I have
So
a
here's
dumb question for you. If you've got a really rough blank where it's covered in, and you know, it's not round at all, can you use a spindle roughing gouge to get it to round? I've always said no, but
nothing wrong going linear.
Okay.
Axe to axle. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
thank you.
It's
So
a
those
matter of
pages,
presentation.
those pages I was just showing you came out of this book. This book was published in 1942. Bowl gouges and their modern spindle gouges didn't come out till 1960. Was the oldest one I could find in a catalog. Well, everything before 1960 was turned with some form of a continental gouge, and this is
Or
the
a
book that
scraper. Yep. Yep.
And I'll give you one more or two more. Stop share. Stop. And we'll share this page. I found this interesting. This also came out of the same book. It's kind of interesting here I don't know how well you guys can see it, but it gives speeds in here based on your diameter of your bowl or blank, whatever it is, right?
Yep.
So it gives you what you should be turning at different diameters. Thought that was kind of interesting in this book.
What the safe speed is.
What the safe speed is. Yep. Recommended speed.
Per the standard manufacturing practice, I guess.
And I'm not sure if I can take these pictures and put them in our newsletter because it's in a book form. I don't know if they're considered copyrighted. I'll talk to JJ about that. If we can, we'll do something to try to get them in there.
I'll need to take a look at the copyright page.
Pardon me?
I will need to see the copyright page. We probably depends.
I'm gonna say that we can. All we got to do is just run it through the copyright library with the government, and you know that's easy to do. Just run the copyright number, and
yeah,
I can
it's still copyrighted. Then we can't reproduce it.
Right.
We can.
But after all these years, I doubt that they've kept up the copyright on this. That's the reason why I say this.
Yeah, we need to check.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, we could we could simply recreate it in a spreadsheet table and publish it anyway.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Good. Yep.
Yep.
But here's some sharpening tips for different things. Here you can see that they're sharpening a continental gouge. And they're bringing the taper back. They're telling you it's 30 degrees. Here's your general skew that they used back then. This is a rounded tool, rounded spear point. Actually, it's not a scraper. It's actually a spear point. And then you got your typical spear point and your other things. Yep. And this is a real nice book. If you guys can find this out on eBay, by all means, buy one because there's a lot of other information there.
What's the title?
I will post it again, and you guys can
bring it up again.
That
that'll work.
Share. There you go. There's the cover of the book.
Craftsman. The Wood Lathe, a Craftsman Premier Tool Handbook.
On that note, the original Shopsmith roughing gouge is a Continental, such as this one here.
Yep, I believe that.
Okay. One of my favorite tools that I can't sharpen on a CBN wheel.
Yes, you can.
Sure you
It's,
can.
it's carbon steel.
Sure you
Yes,
can. Absolutely
you
you
can.
can.
That is a
Absolutely you
misnomer,
can.
Chris. You can sharpen that on a CBN wheel.
Get some
And
slick
so,
stick from Woodtarn
so
Wonders. It'll prevent any kind of buildup. I do it all the time.
yep,
I
yep.
talked
I
to the
use
man
slicks,
from
and all you got to do is clean your wheel, and we've got the process on how to clean it in the newsletter. Some
Okay.
of it is borrowed from Ken Rizzo, but back in 2025, in that volume you got, Chris, it's on order. I've got the whole step-by-step process on how to clean your CBN wheels and how to clean your diamond hones. And I mentioned and talk about being able to sharpen carbon steel knives on your
So after 10
CBN.
years,
There's
after
another
10 years
issue.
of using that, I probably should, huh?
Yeah, you probably should. Well, after 10 years, yeah, it's probably due for a cleaning just from the high-speed steel.
Yeah.
Yep.
I talked to the owner of can't talk.
Woodturner's Wonders.
I know who
Ken
you mean.
Rizzo.
Woodturner's Wonder. I talked to him directly on the phone when I bought my CBNs because most of my tools are high carbon steel. And
Yeah.
if you have, depending on what year that tool was made, Chris, that might not even be high carbon steel. It may be
Oh,
high
it's,
carbon chromium steel, chromium nitrate, which is
I'm
harder
guessing
than
this is 1982, 82 or 72. I can't remember.
does it have a chrome finish to it?
No.
Okay, so if you buy, okay, yep, that one might not be, but if you
Yeah,
look
that's
at
part. I can
mine,
see the pitting.
mine
But, yeah.
mine have a real shiny chrome finish to them.
Yeah.
These are chromium nitrate, and they're harder than A1 tool steel, even though they're high carbon.
I tell you that the matching skew to this cuts like no other tool.
Yep. So you can sharpen those on the wheel. He just recommends that you clean the wheel before you go to a high carbon steel or a high speed steel tool that you clean in between. That was his only recommendation.
Okay. I usually use a Sorby on it, but
There you go. Well, another
So,
demystification.
yep. So you can do that on CBN wheels. You just if you do it often, you got to clean the wheels, right? I mean, and you should be cleaning your wheels all the time, anyways, even on high carbon steel, on regular
never
steel.
have.
And JJ put the page number in there in the chat for you also, Chris.
Actually, page 22. Got it.
So if you do
Thanks,
any
JJ.
turning of aluminum, and then you take a file to aluminum and you're gonna polish it with a fine file, and you noticed you plugged up the file, there's two ways to keep that. There's two ways to keep that from happening. One, you put chalk on the file before you start. And the second thing you do if you get your files clogged up with steel or aluminum, mainly aluminum, spray them with brake cleaner, and it will take the aluminum off your steel file and bring it back to original condition.
Yep.
Just do it outside because it does create
clean.
It's
nasty. It smells.
Creates a toxic gas that you don't want to do in your shop, right? You want to do it outside, or by all means wear a respirator if you are going to do it inside. And a chemical.
I try not to do anything inside that's volatile because I have no outside air coming in this room.
Right. Yeah, I don't blame you, Chris. Right.
And the other thing is,
I sprayed lacquer once and had to leave.
Yes.
I think I flew out.
That's a nerve agent.
Since I haven't seen Safety Sue on here, I'm going to give everybody a little, since we're talking about volatiles. This is a volatile dust mask.
Yeah.
These masks that you get from Woodcraft and other places, these are not volatile masks.
No,
they will not save you from volatile toxins like lacquer, Al.
Yeah.
You have to wear a mask with cartridges, and they have to be set
up
minimum volatility you're using. I buy all in one, so I don't have to worry about which one I have in. And these are replaceable cartridges or canisters. I can remember how to get them out. They're just a canister that pops in and out with a pre-filter.
Mine's rated for
Pre-filter is for
organics
dust,
and
the
formaldehyde.
canister is for your volatiles.
Yep.
The key way to tell is if you can smell it, it's not working.
That's well, correct.
Anyway.
So anytime you're painting using anything but Parfex, you should be wearing a mask like this, not like the one I just showed, the other one I showed you.
I
These
use
are
this
the
one
only
when I
ones that are
paint the
going to
big car.
protect your lungs from the volatile gases.
Yep. Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's all, Dane. Unless you got something else you want to talk about.
No,
might
I'm
wanna You should store those
if
in
there's
a closed container too.
yes, you should. You should keep all your dust apparatuses in at a minimum, a Ziploc baggie, because if you take your mask off and you put it up on your shelf, all it's doing is accumulating dust and everything, waiting for you to inhale it the next time you go to put it on, So any of your dust mask, you should be keeping them in a closed container and out and away from your dust.
And then the other thing
Help
is,
go a long
Dane,
way.
is the goggles that I had shown a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah, let's look at those.
I did a little bit more on the MSD sheet on these. These are considered for volatile toxins as well. So regular CA glue, not only can it affect your lungs, but it affects your eyes. It can damage your eyes as well as your lungs. So you should be wearing something more than just regular safety glasses. You should be wearing some kind of sealed goggles when you plan on doing a lot of CA gluing, especially finishing. But if you're using Parfex, you don't have to worry about it because there's no volatile chemicals in Parfex.
And so these are a really good, so I got the little face shield on the front, which Scott also has, but they have a rubber seal on the back. It's probably 3/4 of an inch. And that goes up and it totally closes around your eyeballs and you don't it doesn't fog up. I turned that platter with these. I haven't even cleaned the inside. And all I did on the outside was spray it off with my air hose. And they're, as you can see through the camera, they're perfectly clean. Turning that 18-inch crotch down with that eucalyptus with the pieces chipping off and flying out, I have got no indentations on it. I've got no little ping marks, unlike your Ubix Max. 30 I think I
$2.
paid $32 on Amazon for this. And the name is called what's the name again?
No Cry.
No
Who?
Cry.
No Cry.
No Cry safety shield.
Say, Dane, does
Yes.
that fall? If you wear glasses, will it fog up or don't you not sure?
They're made to go over glasses.
Oh, okay.
Made to go over glasses.
Okay.
Yes.
I have my glasses on.
Yep.
They fit over your glasses just fine.
Okay. It's cool. What happened?
The biggest
Well
thing is
worth it.
make sure you get the bands tight enough that they pull tight against your face
Uh-huh.
and seal. Otherwise, you're defeating your purpose.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Like anything else,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what a game changer having those, and then at the same time it's very comfortable across the bridge of the nose, coming down on your cheeks. I was shocked at how comfortable wearing that mask was, and the lightness of it. For those of us that have spinal issues and cervical neck issues, I was actually able to turn, longer than 10 minutes at a time, moving the head around because I've got bad neck issues, a couple surgeries in and whatnot, and this, that, and the other. But what a difference just having an apparatus like that compared to the UVIC. So
And I found that it also works with the respirator too. It
No,
seems
okay.
to fit the respirator well too. So
and the impact rating is far superior. I forget what the ANSI code is. I think it's 257.8. I can't remember
yep.
off the top of my head. But it's far superior to the Bionics UVICs that we wear or that we're accustomed to wearing.
Okay. Yeah, that's
They're
cool.
they're actually made for the welding industry for people who are using grinding wheels. They're supposed to take the blunt force of a grinding wheel.
Cool.
That can do it pretty quick.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Right. Yeah, it would have helped that guy last week, Well, no, because that thing hit him on top of his head.
But you could wear a helmet with them if you're concerned about something flying through the air. You could wear a normal construction helmet.
Hard hat.
Hard
Yep,
hat.
sure
That's
could.
the word I was
Sure
looking for.
could.
Thanks, Billy.
Or a hockey hat or yeah.
Any kind of helmet that has an impact rating, you could wear in combination of all these things.
Right.
And I think, Dane,
if you just wanted, go ahead.
Didn't you say you put your UV mask, your UVEX
Yep, that's what I
mask
was getting
over the top of it as well?
That's what I was getting ready. That's what I was getting ready to say. When I first started with it, because it's eucalyptus and because of the sun, I had a huge crack running all the way through, and of course, I like turning stuff like that. But I went ahead and I did put my UVEX on, over it, and the UVEX fit perfect coming over it as well. There was no hindrance between, being double goggled or double face shield. So, for a minute, I did that, and I'm like, yeah, it's a little bit heavy, and then and I took it off, and way I turned, I wasn't too concerned about, getting hit. So, not to mention the fact I couldn't get over 600 RPM, so I wasn't worried about it flying up and hitting me. So, but yeah, I've tried a lot of face shield over the years. Like, God, 20 years now, I guess, they've been turning, this summer will be 20, man, December will be 20 years since I bought my first lathe. But yeah, it's good advice. It's just, we're putting it out there. It's not necessarily advice. You hear how we're cheerleading about it. But it's another good alternative out there. As Safety Sue says, we take our safety all in our own hands. What we do in our shop is up to us. Don't necessarily listen to us. We're just putting a little bit of information out there because after all, we are here for entertainment purposes. But at the same time, trying to pass on the hard knocks and the knowledge that we've gained over the years, and so yeah. So I haven't been keeping up with the questions in the chat. So if there's any questions on anything that we've talked about right now, floor is open.
Only takes one save.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. All it takes.
True that, Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So how many people were surprised to hear how to tell the difference, the proper way to tell the difference on a spindle gouge and a bowl gouge?
I know now.
Yep. Very informational.
Yep.
Good.
Very helpful.
All righty then. Well, with that, let's do a couple gallery, Joe, and then we'll get on with our demonstration for the evening because it's cold out there and the temperature's just dropping for Matt. So we'll get started with the demo here in about 10 minutes. Take us away, Joe.
Okay. All right. Welcome, everybody. And first up tonight is Brenda.
Brenda, turn your screen down a little bit.
Turn the screen down a little bit.
Camera.
As far as it goes.
Or camera.
You need to raise your chair up then.
That's what I can do. Look what I made.
Look at that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That would.
Well, that was
A
quite a
dinosaur.
good, quite a goose that
Donnie
laid that
Chocolate
egg.
in there.
It's a
Don't put
dinosaur
chocolate
egg.
in there.
Yeah, dinosaur egg. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
That'll
Very
hold a
good.
lot of candy. I like it.
I'm gonna try to. I'm trying
Was
to make
that a dinosaur egg or a Goonie bird egg?
It's an Easter egg.
All right.
But all these little holes
it's
here, I'm
free.
going to fill up with different colors of
Oh,
resin
yeah.
cream,
Oh, that's gonna be
just because
pretty.
that's what I got.
That'll be
Good
pretty.
job, Brenda.
And I haven't taken the bottom off of it yet, but I've made 3 of them, and this is the only one that's turned out real good yet. First
Gotta buy,
one
Nice.
was too
What is that?
loose; it
you
won't
gotta
stay
buy a lot
together.
of M&Ms.
And the third one is too tight; it won't come apart. Yeah.
What kind of wood is that? Some nice spalting in there.
This one I think is a piece of ash. It was in my
Yeah.
yard that I cut
Uh-huh.
down last year.
You got it matching. I see it matching, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's where it
Here,
matches at.
somebody mute Gary Hale.
Oops, sorry about that. I got it.
His
Thanks,
microphone
Gary.
is really loud.
It is
That's
good
really-
to see you at the lathe, Gary.
See
Go
some
ahead,
of the
Brenda.
holes go all the way through
Yeah,
even.
I like it. I like
Oh,
it.
it
Nice,
got pretty
Brenda.
good.
And you got a nice
This one
fit
turned out
on
pretty
there.
good.
You have a real nice fit.
I like it
Yeah.
because it's going to hold a lot of candy.
Yes. I got 3 grandkids, and they're going to each get one.
Oh,
If
boy.
I can make 3 of them.
Oh,
Hey,
you can.
Brenda, the one
Yeah.
that won't open, try throwing it in your freezer for a little while. See if the wood will contract.
Okay.
That might pop it open. Just a
All
thought.
right. I was about to take a hammer to it.
No, he's right. That'll happen. That's good.
Just drop it.
Don't do that.
Anyway,
You might
that's what I've been
break.
trying to make. Ain't done the top yet.
That's a nice idea. Nice idea.
Yeah. So that's what I got. That's it.
Pretty. Pretty.
Very
Thank
nice,
you.
Brenda.
1 out of 3 ain't bad.
That's true.
All right, who's next? Joe.
What happened to Joe?
Have an internet issue.
I think we lost him.
Yeah, Joe dropped out.
Oh no.
Well, that ain't good.
Looked like Roger
Joe.
was coming up.
Huh?
He's
It
back.
looked like Roger was coming up.
Okay, I'm here. I'm here.
All right, Joe.
I'm
Who's
having some
next?
trouble with my internet, so I'm trying to work through that. Next up, I can't find his picture, but it's Dewey. So let me.
Dewey, say something. Deucey, say something.
Hello.
I got him.
Hello.
Hello.
If somebody could pin
Okay.
him, thank you.
Hello. Okay. I got a piece of pear and I turned a little plate. And
Pretty.
and with Easter coming up, I decided to.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wow.
oh.
Nice.
That's
Oh,
pretty.
nice.
That's nice. I like the
Love
rim. I like what you did on the rim.
Very clever.
I like what you did on the rim. My God.
Yeah.
So
Very
That is
nice.
great.
That looks like it'd look good for our
Newsletter.
detail issue of our newsletter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's a couple details in there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
cool,
that
Dewey.
is, that,
Wow.
that's,
Yeah,
that's
this is
pretty
all.
good.
This is just hand painted with acrylic paint. This right here. Oh, on the other side, or that's a wormhole, and I tried to fill it with Elmer's wood filler, but it wasn't the right color. So then I come back and I just put some burnt sienna on it. But if anybody makes a comment, that's art. Okay.
Is that rim all burned in?
Yeah, this is all. I tried to find a strand of thorns that I could put on here, but all the thorns were too wide to put on it. So I settled for barbed wire, but it gives the same thing.
Oh, yes, it does. Yes, it does.
So that's a single strand of barbed wire on there twice.
So that top petals, the top flower, that's painted.
Yeah, this is all painted.
That looks like that's like 3D.
Well, it's
You
carved.
did a lot.
Traced. It's carved and then
Okay,
it's
okay,
It's
painted.
okay.
carved.
Carved and then
I'm
painted.
here on my phone. I'm on my phone here. That's really pretty. I like that.
Yes, it is. Very nice.
It's it's all
Mhm.
carved. So this was all done with these ridges. This texture was done with a saber saber tooth type thing. So anyway, I thought it'd be appropriate since it's coming up on Easter. So
Sure is.
What kind of wood was that again?
it's Bradford pear.
Oh,
Okay.
Bradford pear. Yeah, and it's finished
Bradford
with
pear is so nice to work with.
yeah, it's finished with matte enamel. You don't want to put gloss enamel or anything on a carving because it takes away from the carving. So you put matte enamel on it. So anyway,
That's pretty.
Anyway, several
Dewey,
coats.
I have a non-lathe question, so to speak, about that carving. I have tried to carve things in like that. I mean, not exactly like that, but conceptually. And I always get ridges on the bottom, and I've tried sanding and I've tried all sorts of things to try to get it smooth. And I don't literally mean flat. I just mean so you don't see all sorts of ridiculous ridges. Do you have a technique for actually getting that to look smooth like that on the bottom? Or do you just sand forever?
It's called a sanding stick.
It's called a sanding stick. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
You
just
get-
a lot of sanding to get it smoother than I do.
Yeah, you can buy it. It's got two grits on it. It's got a finer grit here and a coarser grit here. You can buy 30 of these on Amazon for $7.
Okay.
So you can
So
use that.
Dave, if you want to do it with power sanding, in my demo tonight, I will show some of that.
Now you can
that too.
now you can also take and get yourself you can get carving bits that are flat. It's a little wheel, and you can stick a round piece of sandpaper to that, and use your Dremel and sand around these things. I do that quite a bit. I've sanded some of this that way and around, and so there's several sanding techniques. So.
I do it with cheap diamond burrs, and I turn the speed down on the tool. And I do it with in my Dremel.
I tried to do diamond burrs, and I just don't have the patience for them.
Okay, but you have the patience to sand with the sanding stick. Gotcha.
Well,
okay.
Well, the thing is about a sanding stick is you can get to the details a lot easier with a sanding stick.
More control.
Okay.
Yeah, with a burr or anything else, it's hard to get into these little bitty
the points,
corners,
right?
You know. So anyway,
with the sanding stick, with the sanding stick, if you lose your focus for 10 seconds, you don't ruin the piece.
That's true.
And Dewey, you said you got those online, and is that what they're called, sanding sticks? Because I like well, and I'd like to use those.
Yeah, they're Amazon. They're called sanding sticks.
Perfect. Thanks, Dewey.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'll show you what they look like. No, hold on. Just a minute.
You can make your own with like sickle sticks or craft sticks from like the hobby stores, and use double-sided tape to put sandpaper on them. That works too. Or the adhesive glue. It comes in a stick or a spray glue.
Right.
There's a couple ways.
I don't know if you can see this, but just a second. Come on. Dadgummit. I hate these phones.
Me too.
And let me turn off the light. I'm standing in front of a window, so it's
a little bright.
Yeah, it's a little bit bright, but that's what it is. It's from Amazon.
Okay, and the sanding stick.
They're just called sanding sticks.
Okay, I'll find them.
Sandy, I just posted a link.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to our demo.
Do one more gallery. I'm in the middle of something right now. Sorry. One more gallery, Joe.
Is he here?
Joe, you're fired. Joe, you're fired. God.
Okay, I have something that's in progress. I could show you.
Well, we've got 100 people. Well,
Never
yeah, go
mind.
ahead, Sandy.
I got a gallery.
Sandy, no, Sandy, let's go ahead. Let's do yours.
Okay,
Just for
it's
filler
gonna
here,
be fast.
so I can get through. No, I just want to get through this. I'm in the middle of something.
Okay.
I got you spotlighted, Sandy.
Okay, thank you. I had eye surgery again.
My
but-
goodness.
Okay, this is a bowl that I'm making here, and this is the part that's not finished. It doesn't have any oil or any finish on it yet, but I finished the top. So this is the top.
Oh, is that hand painted?
Cool.
That's
It is.
great.
Nice. Hand painted.
Yes, I did.
Oh, you're so talented.
And then this is the bottom.
Oh, God.
So
There you go.
and this, when I finish this, it goes like so, and it actually fits for now.
Wow.
When I get it home,
Good
it'll
job,
be-
Sandy.
Thanks.
Sandy, is that burned and painted?
It is burned and painted, yes.
Okay.
First, you know what happened was
Cool.
it wasn't going to be painted, but when I got all finished and I put my salamander or lizard, whatever you want to call him, on there, I got a crack down here. So I thought, oh boy, man. So that hides that crack. So
Oh, yeah.
It looks just like
Yeah, that's
it's the
clever.
vine.
I love
That's
that.
clever. Clever.
yeah.
Very
Awesome.
nice. Very
That's
cool.
gorgeous.
Yeah, so next
We-
week I'll show you the bottom and it'll look better. I'll put a finish on it. But I had some eye surgery, so I'm kind of can't do anything right now.
Yeah, I see where you
Where'd
got
you get the handle at? The salamander. Where'd you
I
get
bought
that
it,
at?
believe it or not, at Hobby Lobby. There, you know what it is? It's a drawer pull.
Yeah.
I took a class of, I don't know, a year or two ago from Sally Odd. She's amazing. Anyway, she had so many sitting there, and she said, just go to Hobby Lobby with $30 and you can buy a whole drawer full. Okay. So that's what I did.
What type of brush did you use on that to paint it?
Just a little tiny paintbrush with a small
Detail brush? Did you use a detail brush?
Yeah, just a little detail brush, and then I used the stylus to make some little dots to give it some highlight. And believe it or not, if you could get close right here, that's a salamander.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I see
Oh, my
it.
God.
And I just
Looks
kind
like
of
it.
put
That's
him on
really
there
cute.
free-handed. So he was free-handed right there and right there.
I like
God.
the highlight you put beside the. Well, did you do that on all of the veins, the center veins and the leaves?
I did. I put a little bit and brought it around the side, and I tried to use different colors to, kind of like the leaves were doing something different.
That is gorgeous.
Well,
That
thank
is
you.
gorgeous work.
Very nice.
Yeah, and I think I got a salamander, a couple of them over here too. A couple more, yeah.
Yeah, I
There's
see
one.
it. I see it.
There's
All
one.
right.
Oh, my God.
Absolutely.
And then I had some
What?
resin left over. So I painted a flower in here, and I had this little cup of resin. So I thought, oh, I'll pour it in here. So I poured
Oh
it in
yeah.
and put some dye in it.
How did you match the color though? The leaves
I just kept putting green in there until it kind of got close.
Okay.
The dye bottle, I had some resin, so I just kept dripping a little more dye of
Yeah.
green, and it got close. So that's it.
Cool.
It was luck.
That,
Very
Very
nice.
nice, Sandy.
Very, very nice.
that trick to hide that crack is what we call ingenuity, folks.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely
I was
right.
calling it camouflage.
It's what you call art opportunity.
There you go.
Really
Design
clever way to
opportunity.
camouflage it.
Yeah, there you go. So that's all.
Fabulous.
Very nice.
Very
Sandy.
cool. Thank you, Sandy, for standing in for that makeshift gallery because we lost our gallery master. So
It was
all right,
okay.
so
He was
with that-
thirsty.
yeah, he's having internet issues, and I guess it's storming or something there in southern
I've
Indiana.
been kicked off like 6 times.
Oh wow.
Whatever. Put your phone on roaming. You should be good then. All right. So with that, let's go to our demonstration. Everybody want to see a demo?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. He may be froze by now.
Yeah, he might be.
Maybe just a statue standing in front of his lathe.
Oh, there he is. Look, it's Matt Harbor. All right, so Matt's gonna be our feature presenter this evening. He's inviting us into his shop. He's gonna turn something. He's probably gonna do some other stuff to it because that's just Matt.
Right.
But keep in mind, Matt's gonna do it his way. There may be a better way to do it, but we wouldn't know if there's a better way to do it because you haven't invited us into your shop for you to show us how you do it. So we'll keep any comments like that to ourselves. Any questions or comments, put them in the chat. periodically I will ask them for Matt. Otherwise, Matt he will sequester or he may not sequester questions from the group that's watching. So we'll just go with that. I am going to mute everybody, Matt. You're going to need to unmute yourself. So I'm muting everybody now. Folks, please do not unmute yourself to come on and let us listen to your TV and whatnot, because we don't want to hear your TV. We want to hear Matt. All right. All right, let's go.
All right, can you all
I
hear me?
should have you now. I hear you.
Okay. All right. Because of my setup, able to see chat. I would encourage people to comment while I'm okay with that. Okay, so tonight I'm going to dedicate this demo to Al. So here's what we're going to do, Al. We're going to do some of this stuff. So I'm going to show you some of the tricks that I use to get thin walls, and I'm going to show you some of the ways that I pierce. And we'll start with that. So let me go to my next slide here and say, so here's some of my thin wall tips. You want to shape the exterior contours first. You use interior contours to consistently match the exterior contours. Pretty basic stuff, right? What wood can be more easily turned and thinned, and it is more flexible. So you can get things thinner with wet wood. I'm using dry wood because I don't have any wet wood. We'll see if it blows up or not. Sorry, they're all number one. I didn't even notice that until right now. When you're turning thin, you want to work from the rim to the center of the piece. You want your rims, your thin walls to be supported. You want to try not to go back to the thin walls at the rim, as the rim can break easily. You don't want to, and you want to try to not put pressure on the thin walls with the tools, i.e. you don't really want to ride the bevel on thin walls because it's very easy to go through them. So I'm going to use some shear scraping, the basic cuts I use, and I'll talk about when I go light. Okay. So
that'll work.
We'll go to here. What I've done is I've got this piece of wood here. I have no idea what kind of wood it is. It's fragrant. Could be cottonwood, although I don't think it is. Maybe it's poplar. I don't know. I pulled it out of my wood pile. It's got some flaws. So I burned a little bit of the extra stuff, and it's through here, so it might blow up. So we'll see. All right. Any questions on my thin wall tips or this piece of wood, how I got to here? I've got a tenon in it. I've got the tailstock up for support.
At the moment, none.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let me talk about this. Let me zoom this out a little bit. So here is I've got a rounded contour and then a slight OG going back the other way. So it goes this, and then it goes this way, and then it goes this way out to the rim here. And then this is sort of rounded off here. Okay. So that's my shape here, and that's what I'm going to use to try to match on the inside. Now, let me switch to this here, see if you can see this. Now, this bit here is rounded off a little bit, and it rises going this direction, okay? And the reason it does that is so that I can come in here and see how thin my wall is getting to be as I get close. And it also helps set the rim up before I get there. All right. So that's my thinking in how I've turned the piece so far. All right. So we're going to start on the tailstock camera. I'm going to leave my my tailstock in as long as I can. I'm going to use a deep fluted bull gouge. I don't know which one it is. Looks like that. There's my grind. Okay.
That'll work. How fast you turning?
2 basic cuts.
We know that's going to
I've
be
got
a
push.
We know the question's coming. How
Starts
fast?
here and goes towards the center like this.
Okay.
The other cut is a pull cut that pulls towards the rim, and it looks like this. And the pull cut is the secret to getting, because as you get to the rim, you can lighten up on your cuts, and this gives you meat here that you can now set your bevel and turn another bit towards the center. And I'm not putting any pressure on this. I'm letting the edge do the work. Now I do the next bit with a cut towards the rim to keep it thin. And then I could do what I call a blending cut, which is a very, very light along the wall. And now I'm going to do more push cuts towards the center. Now, let me talk a little bit about the tool angle here. So when I'm doing a push cut towards the center, the flute is angled 45 degrees this way. Closed is more better. Open is bad. I open the flute like this and I get to this point, I'm going to get a catch and it's going to tear my piece out of the chuck and off lathe. So I don't want to do that. I want to keep my pointed this way towards the center, 45 degrees at least towards the center. This gets me a shear cut going in and the tool edge does the work. Now, when I'm doing the pull cut, I'm doing the same thing in the other direction. I'm rolling the tool like this, and I'm pulling it towards the rim like this. If I roll the tool up like this, I'm going to get a catch, and it's going to shred my rim. But I don't want to do that either. So this way, 45 degrees this way, or this way, 45 degrees this way on the push cut. Either way, you don't want to open that flute up. You don't want the flute straight up and down because you come off the bevel and you get a catch. All right, so we're getting to the point where the tailstock's in the way. So I'm going to try and take off the center bit here. It's in the center. And I'm going to take the last little bit of it off with the skew. And I'm going to pull my my tailstock out of the way and take out the sharp pointy bits so I know there's elbow deal. Any questions so far?
There was a question about your bevel and about the thickness that you're looking to turn to.
Because I intend to pierce this, the thickness is the thinner I can get it, the happier I am. So I want less than 1/4 of an inch. If I can get more better for piercing. Okay.
Yeah, and then the bevel was regarding on the edge of the
on the lip of the bow.
On the lip. Do
What's
you have a
the
bevel
question
or
on
is
that?
it straight? So
It's
you
not
have a
straight.
looks like you have. Yeah, it's not straight, so there is a bevel there.
Yep. So let me go up. Let me go up to the top. All right. And let me move the camera over a little bit.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah, that's fine.
But any
You don't
further?
have to move anything.
Yeah. So it's curved this way a little bit. Okay. And part of the reason is because it's kind of lined up to my wall here, so that I can see. So now right now I can see that it's like, about 3/16 of an inch thick there, maybe 1/4 of an inch. So I can go a little. So we'll try to do that and see if it survives. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the pull cuts. And I'm going to do very light, and I'm going to do them as shear. Now, let me go back to this camera over here to show that angle. So what I'm doing is I'm dropping the handle so I get the tool up at an angle. And I'm going to do the pull cut. And you can hear how thin that rim is getting. It's in the way. So I've gotten that significantly thinner now. Now I'm going to go down, and I'm getting these kinds of shavings. So they're shear scrapes. and I'm watching my outside contour so that I don't make the inside bigger than the outside, which never turns out well. And then I sort of blend them together very, very lightly. Now let me drop my tool rest a little bit so I can get it to center comfortably. Now I've got enough room here that I can make a cut across the bottom, push cut. We'll keep it the same all the way across. Come right across the center. Okay. Come back and make this thin. Oh boy, I should take a look at this and show you guys this. Let me go stop here. Just got to look here at this to this is you can get an idea about how thick it is here. It's a little thicker in here than it is up here. So I can take a little bit more meat off right in here, but it's good to have a cavity where you can see what you're doing.
Matt, there was a question, and I was wondering the same thing. How do you prevent the harmonic vibration that you get after removing the inside of a bowl when you go back out to the wall?
Well, technically, you shouldn't go back to the outside. Okay.
Right.
Realistically, what you should do is you should go all the way. Let me go to this one here. See if I can show this. What you want to do is you want to go thin here before you take anything out of here. So you want to go thin.
Correct.
You don't want back out to the rim if you can help it. Now I'm going to have to if I want to get thinner. So I'm going to try to do that and see if I can make it survive. But I don't want to go any deeper because this meat of the wood down in here, this helps stabilize the walls and the rims, keeps them in more better, from breaking. So you technically what I should do is go to here before I take any more out of the middle. And I guess I am, but we live and learn, eh?
Yeah.
Yep. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yep. Nothing ventured, nothing ventured. So I'm going to take very light cuts here. And I'm getting chatter. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I sure can.
No, we can't.
Okay, and I'm getting this is the shavings I'm taking. Okay. They're sheer scrapes. Okay. Right there, I get chatter. So far, so good.
Sometimes supporting the outside with your finger helps, but you've got that large piece missing.
Take
That
a
wouldn't
look at
work.
that and see how it's doing. What was that, Billy?
I said sometimes putting your hand outside to stabilize the wall of the bowl helps, but you couldn't do that with that big gaping hole there.
I don't know. It's start about half inch or so, 3/4 of an inch. It's chattering. I'm going to try and go a little thinner for now, but that's the general idea. And this works a lot better with wet wood. But this is a very light cut and then a scrape when I hit the wall. Okay, let's change this a little bit. Image, bring it over here. Okay, other questions?
No, go on.
All right. I want to make my cut. and then come back, come across it like that. If I want to take more out of the bottom, I those pull cuts. I go to the straight right there. Yeah, it's I shouldn't go anywhere near the edge right now. It's bouncing around like crazy. But anyway, there's how thin I've got it. Let's take a measurement here. So I'm what is that? 16ths and an eighth of an inch there, right in here. Okay, so that's the trick to getting thin walls. Questions on this?
No, go ahead.
All right. I don't want to go further with this one. I'm going to use one I did. So if there's any questions on the thin walls here, please ask now. I'm going to.
There aren't any, Matt. Go ahead.
Okay. So tools. Use several different tools to do the piercing. Primarily, I'm going to use one here. This is a carbide piercing burr from mdiwoodcarvers.com. There's a link for it. There are a number of ways to do this. This is not necessarily the only way or the best way, but this way works pretty darn good. Okay. And this is like, I don't know, it's $11 or something like that. And the other set I'm going to do is I'm going to use these here burr set. These are all diamond burrs. This is Amazon. Harbor Freight has something that's similar. MDI, which goes in the Dremel or the micromotor. MDI Woodcarvers sells a similar. I have them both. They both work. So that's the 30 piece set there, and it gives you a large variety of different cylinder diamond burrs and so on. This is used for sanding, and if you're going to do some carving, I'll show some carving. I try to use stump cutters, but you can use carbides. You want something that leaves a good clean cut and doesn't tear things up quickly if you're going to piercing or do some additional carving. And I'll show you what I do with that. But I use stump cutters for those, and those are also available at MDI Woodcarvers and at riogrande.com, which I didn't put on here. Okay, so my next slide is this one here. So these are basic piercing tips, and it's very similar to how we think about our wood turning tools. You basically want to let the tool do the work at the pace the tool works. So it's typically done at higher speeds. So I'm going to use a micromotor to do it. It's a little bit faster than a Dremel does, but not much. You can do this with a Dremel. Take shallow cuts. Go down into the hole a little bit at a time. Don't force the tools. Allow the tools to cut naturally. So this is the same thing when we're cutting with our tools on wood, when we're turning wood. Let the tool edge do the work. You're basically doing the same thing with these carving burrs and piercing burrs. Frequently clear the dust out of the cuts. Do not allow the tools to become clogged. This is really important. If you get your tools clogged up with stuff and there's too much dust in the cut, it'll burn, it'll slag, you'll get carbon buildup, and your tools will stop working, and that's hard to clean out. So take your time, don't try to take too much, and keep your tools clean and your cut clean. When you're using the diamond burrs for sanding, you turn the speed way down, and I'm going to show that. This increases control and it reduces the burning. Okay, so if you've ever carved an end grain, sometimes when you've got the speeds up, even the carbides will burn the wood. You want to turn the speed way down to stop that from happening. Organize patterns, then you lay out the pattern with pencil, and then you pierce around it. The pencil marks can be. So I have set this. So this is my micromotor. This is a Master Carver Micro Pro Champion. It comes with the motor, with the driver itself. It comes with a little holder, and I've got that burr.
Matt, hold it, by your headstock. There we go.
This here.
Yeah, because we couldn't see it. Yep.
How's that? Okay, so that's the little bird. Now let me go back to this to the handout here and go back to the picture of this burr. So the one of the factors that this burr has in it that some of the other burrs don't have is it's got a spiral groove in the middle of it. It spirals around the tool, and that's important because what it does is helps clear the shavings and the dust out of the cut. So that's very useful rather than some burrs, some carbide burrs that are cut in there. So that's a really useful little there and a half. Okay. So I've done this. This is my test earlier to. So I'm going to show how to do this while you're with it not being quite so thin as this piece down here I just turned is. So one of the things that I want to show here is blend and round off the corners on this, and I don't know. I'll show that how that's done. Let's say, for the sake of grin, that we wanted to say put a 5-pointed star in here. Okay, we wanted to pierce to draw one. All right, that's going to be my template. I've got the micromotor. Let me put this around here where y'all can see it. So the 46,000 RPMs. So halfway is 23,000, which is most Dremels will do 26 or 28,000. So I'm going to turn it up a little bit more than that, and that's my speed I'm going to do. I'm going to work at. Now I'm going to round it. That's how I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to go straight, and I'm going to start to cut at an angle, and I'm arbitrarily going to pick a spot to end the cut. Leave yourself room. Yeah, I got to get it. And if you leave yourself some room, you can modify the cut while you're doing it. And the people who do this with the NSKs, they're going a lot faster than this with smaller burrs. But you can do this with a Dremel. There's one of the cuts, okay? Let's do a smaller one here. Widen them while you're in there. Shape them if you want to reshape them a little bit. The first cut is really important because you're sort of,
Matt?
everything. Yes.
Can you hold it a little bit more towards your headstock? The chuck?
How about if I do this? How about I do that?
We're kind of missing it. Or move your, there we go. Thank you.
Sort of holding it. Let me do this. I'm sort of holding it against myself because I'm not on my desk sitting, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. No, understandable.
Which is how I usually do this, not standing at the lathe where y'all can see me do it.
Yeah. Yeah, you may need to step to your left, half a step. There we go. Want to make sure Al is able to see it.
Can see that this one needs to get cleaned up a bit. I'm hurrying, which I shouldn't be doing.
No, don't be hurrying. You got plenty of time. We don't want any demoitis.
The cracks and other stuff in here was a minor miracle. So I consider that I've already won the demoitis game. Shape. Whoops, not there. You can't. There you can. To do on the inside here. Some cleanup to do here. Now, one of the things that when you begin embellishing your work, start by making dimples and dimples, cutting grooves or whatever, and that's fine. That works. But one of the things that I try to do with my work is I try to the dimples are not the purpose. It's the stuff in between that's the purpose. Okay. So when I'm piercing these, straight walls going down in. And I've got going on here. Okay. But I do is instead of making the holes and making straight sided holes, what I really want is I want to bring things together. I want sharp corners. It's more organic. With the carving tools, I'll show you a little bit about that so you guys can see what I hope you can at least.
Yeah, we can see.
I put everybody to sleep.
No, everybody's enthralled, you know. We're learning some skills. There's a bunch of
So
people
the
that's never
game,
done this before.
yeah, and it's time and patience, and you gotta, I don't want to do that here. Make sure I can see what I'm doing. Clear the dust out. No, I'm gonna modify this a little bit to there. Make it a little more consistent. So having a way to collect the dust is really useful. Also, because you don't want this stuff in your lungs for us all, right? All right, so there we go. There's our progress so far. All right. I'm cutting just with the tip, but I'm cutting with the teeth that are near the tip. I'm trying not to take too big a bite with this tool. That's not a sharp enough corner. There's that. Okay. Here's my progress so far. Tool started wandering there. Be careful. If you and catch the whole side of the tool, it may grab. So you want now I'm always pulling towards myself. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I'm trying to always pull towards myself because I'm getting the top little bit of the tool there. And if I pull towards myself, I can guide the tool where I want it to go.
Now, does it make a difference whether it's side grain or end grain on that, Matt?
Oops, can't see that. The end grain is here. So when I was carving this bit, this trouble with burn on the tools because I was carving right into the end grain. So this is and a pith here. Can't see them. I've got a pith here and a pith here. So this, okay, but you can easier on the end grain. So the only times I've got burn here is when I was going too fast, using the tool. All right, there's my little on this. Okay. I don't know if I have enough burrs, y'all. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick this is a diamond burr. That's all it is. It's a cylindrical diamond burr. Okay. Is that a question?
No, somebody's got a live mic.
Ah. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my speed way down, almost to the bottom. And I'm going to keep it moving. So, you know,
Hey, Matt. Yo, Matt.
Well, he can't hear over the grinder, so.
I think I muted him.
Oh, you did. You did mute him.
Accidentally.
Brenda,
Accidentally. It
Matt, you're
changed.
muted. Matt, you're muted. Matt,
Trying to
you
take care of
got
that live.
muted.
I know. I'm trying to get there, you guys. Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
we got
Sorry,
you.
Matt.
Hello?
We got you. We hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay. All right.
Yes, we hear you.
All right. So I'm going very low here, low speed, and I'm trying to clean up my corners and the tool moving. And it lets me get in here, these little corners, and clean up the fuzzies. And I'm going to switch to a different tool here. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch to a stump cutter. And the reason why I'm doing that is it's a carving tool. So I'm going to turn my speed up out here. So I've got some ridges in here from the piercing. I'm going to reshape like this one here, a little more sharp. I want to round that off. So I've got some bits in here that are irregular.
There you
What?
go.
Sorry, I just realized where I was standing. Let me see if this is this. Zoom in. All right. So this is where I am, and you can see that there's some ridges in here, and some aberrations from the piercing. So all I'm doing is I'm just going cleaning up the little extra artifacts from the. Sometimes I don't go straight in on the inside than it is outside, so I want to clean that up. So, and this wood is surprisingly resilient. Now, so far, I've just the, the inside walls straight inside to outside. All right. So that's where I can switch to a different kind of bit. Like I'll switch to a larger sphere burr. So what this is another stump cutter, and it's a spear. Okay, it's carbide. It's got teeth. I can't see that. I don't know if you guys can see it. Can you see it?
Yeah, you can see it.
Okay. So this is, I don't, they come in millimeters. I don't know. This is probably about a little larger than a quarter inch. It's not a half inch. It's probably
8 mil.
eighths or something. All right. Do here. I'm going to begin to close in the tops of of these lines here. All right. And I'm going to pull these corners out a little bit more and a little less straight in and light cuts and just pull. And what this does is soften the edges, enhances the piercing that you've done. And this, you don't playing around with the tools. So what the spear burr does is it brings it widens the valve, the ridge. Okay, so okay, in my opinion. And incidentally, it also cleans up, makes things smoother. And I'm not pushing hard. So there's a little bit more about where we're at this point. Okay. Question, comments?
Can you talk about stump cutter, Matt?
I'm sorry?
Can you tell everybody what a stump cutter bit is?
So a stump cutter, in my little handout, I said you can get them at MDI Wood Carvers. You can also get them at Rio Grande. Format. One of the things I really love, a saber tooth burr. So I've got some saber tooth burrs here. So this is you can see that it's pretty coarse and it's got teeth. Okay. So a stump cutter also has teeth, but it leaves a very do. This will leave teeth marks. So if you want smooth stump cutter, I learned them in a class with Dixie Biggs where she was carving things. And your leaf petals and your flower petals smooth is to use stump cutters. With what you can see with what I've got here is this is extremely smooth. This I almost don't need to sand that. Okay, it's that smooth with the stump cutter. Anyway, but that there's the piercing how to pierce pattern and kind of sloppily. So they're and they make these little flap discs. Okay, basically what you do. This has got like 7 of them stacked up on a Dremel mandrel. Okay, and that's all they are. This is like 220 grit and your Dremel mandrel. Okay, and you just stack them up and you use them to sand. So I would just simply replace that in my tool. Because I'm sanding, I'll turn it down. And then I can go over my surface here, clean up all the pencil, round off any edges. I don't know if you can see this, But from the stump cutters, I've got some burn marks here. So this is not aggressive enough to clean up the burn marks. It's enough to round off the edges and clean up fuzzies, but what I'll do then is I'll go back to a diamond burr instead of using, should have one there. I'll have to use this. Okay. All right. So what I've got here is it's a round nose cylinder. Okay. And I'll use this sand. So I'm going to use this to sand up my burn marks with. I've turned the speed down. I just go over it. You don't want, if you leave something too long in one place, so you want to keep the tool moving around the contour. And you can't press too hard, and you'll leave burn marks ungood. Diamond burrs. It's just like that. So one of the secondary reasons for keeping the tool moving is if you leave it in one place, you start to leave teeth marks. So how that all works. So questions, comments?
Nothing at the moment. I think they're holding on to them till the end, Matt.
Okay. Oops. Do this. That's what I want to do. Well, this is basically the end, Dane. So I don't have anything else to show. I can keep carving, but this is
Matt. I'll tell you right now. You answered about 90% of my questions in my mind. Is, well, what do I do? How am I going to do it? And here, by drawing a picture, having something there, makes common sense. I don't know why I didn't think of it, but I mean, drawing the star and making that detail like that made all the sense of how I'm going to continue. I have a piece already in mind, and thanks, man. Thanks a lot.
Oh, you're very welcome. That's awesome. I look forward to what you do. One of them, when I was in my formative years, when I had been turning like maybe 2 or 3 years, just starting out, and I had there, and Frank was carrying around with him. And I don't know if you guys know who Frank Sudol was, but let me tell you, each one, the smallest piece he had, and they were all pierced. And he had this one piece that was big around, 1/8 of an inch all the way down, and a tiger pattern pierced in it. The whole was pierced. It was just the most amazing piece of wood art I'd ever seen. So I aspire to be that good someday. So it's
No, I mean, it makes common sense. So, yeah, have something to to achieve. So have a drawing of some kind, and yes, yeah, that was good. It was a good, nice night, Matt. Really, very
boat,
enjoyable. Very enjoyable. Thanks a lot, man.
Or more, tens of thousands, whatever, do clovers,
Yeah, right. Anything, yeah.
How to parcel them up so you can, this is 5-pointed star worked really good because it's in sections. You know what I mean? And you can, because it's in reasonable sections, you can pierce around those sections and make it happen. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So quickly, just to show the techniques, but you could take great care to lay these things the printer or whatever, and graphite, tons of ways to do this. Okay. But it's pattern on the piece, and how do I carve around it? I need it in sections so that close enough. You don't want to pierce big sections. You want to pierce small sections,
Right. No, that was cool. And yes, just like using a router, bring it towards you. That's where you have your control. Right. All your cuts.
Control, and it's about the grain direction, so it's
well no, but when you use
that's the thing with the router.
you want to bring it towards you. Right.
Well, grain direction with a router. I don't think router is a good analogy.
Spinning in the cutting direction. I'm always trying to bring it
Right.
towards myself. Yeah,
Right. Bring it towards
that's a good
yourself.
point.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Bring it towards yourself.
Yeah, things like put her tool in reverse and carve away from herself. You know what I mean? Just so the dust is going away from her,
Yeah,
not
right.
towards her.
No. Always pull the tool towards yourself. Right.
Yep, but it's all and this is this is just done with a micromotor. You can do this with a Dremel, with Fordham's cranked up, really in production mode. You know, but you're absolutely right, and in your specifics is a big part of it. Is just taking your time.
And the thinner you can go, the easier it is to do, right?
Yeah, and this is like I said, this is about 3/16 of an inch thick, maybe a little thicker, somewhere between than this one I turned this afternoon. So, and it is a little bit. It's a little bit of work to get through it, right? I mean, you guys saw what I just did, right?
Yeah.
So,
right. Yep. That's
yeah,
very
it can be
cool.
done.
It's a great demo, Matt. I mean, you covered, for somebody just wanting to get into piercing, you just laid out a whole bunch of knowledge and facts that's going to be available in perpetuity for us. So,
Yep.
Great job, great job. Plus, it was cold there, and your fingers are cold. I can see
So
the purple coming in there.
Let me show one other thing here, Dane. Let me switch to a
Yeah, go
different
ahead.
burr here. Let me go back to the spear. Where's the call it? Spear stump cutter. Okay, so one of the things, like when I raised veins, okay, so and I was talking a little bit what I was doing here, okay, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a sort of a vein there, okay. Down like this, and then I get closer and closer and closer. So the divots are not the important part. The bringing them together, the bit that's coming together between them, that's the important part. So you can see how this is burning on the end grain, Dane.
Yep. Glad you're showing that.
Yep. So I've got some veins going on here, and the divots are not the important part. The ridges between them is what's in this, and then come back with it here. And what I'm doing is I'm creating, let me switch out again. One of the reasons why I like the micromotor so much is the tool change handle is very light, and it's not constrained by. All right, what I've done is, and that lets me. Smaller, finer little lines between. That is a raised ridge. So I've got a series of sort of veiny sort of things here going on that is very interesting. And then, if I come back with the dry brush and do some painting or something on it, I've got, if it all is black and then I'm just hitting the tops of it with white or with a light blue and then white or something like that, then I get some very, very interesting textures and thing. And the dimples are not the important bit. It's the bit that's the raised ridges between them that's important.
As
Asleep?
someone who grew up in power carving, practicing something like a Celtic knot, it's a really good way of practicing your really shallow relief carving. It's a good easy trick to play.
Yep. And Celtic knots are great because they're all, one of the reasons why I love Celtic knots is the geometry, but the other reason I love them is there's little sections. So if you're doing Celtic knot work, then you're putting together little sections. And if you're piercing or even doing shallow carving, like you just said, whoever that was, then you're absolutely right. That's a great way to practice it, and it's a great way to get familiar with doing, get the fine control down and get the idea of how do I combine a cohesive pattern and so on. Is this me? I'm not hearing much. My internet connection is unstable.
No, it's just you. Everyone's just, just sitting back and
Matt,
enjoying what you're saying and hearing the knowledge that you're laying.
it was a very enjoyable night, Matt. Really, thanks.
Oh, good. I'm glad you.
There you go, man. You're right. I'll tell you, that was nice.
All right. Well, folks, if nobody else has any questions for Matt, we'll let him go so he can go back up inside and get warm.
Kind of comfortable in here, Dane, right? It's comfortable in here, Dane.
Great job, Matt.
There's a man's
I got
man
a text.
right there.
I got a text message talking about how cold it was going to be from the other day.
Hey, Matt, it was 97 here in Texas today. Just saying.
Let's not start talking about weather. Let's not start talking about weather.
I think we broke 50 today, which is.
Hey, very enjoyable, Matt. Really, you answered a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. You made it kind of easy to get into it now.
Well, with that, we will let
to encourage
Matt
people
go.
to.
Go ahead, Matt.
Great demo, Matt.
Yeah, really.
Into this to get them to try stuff and to do easily.
But bunch of new people in here tonight that watch you too. Yep, it was a nice night. That was a nice demo.
Yep. So, folks, Bates outer diameter bowl gouge. If I had
your internet with your mic is starting to break up pretty hard.
Sorry, I've had all. I'm gonna blame whoever that was in Indiana who's having all those.
Yeah, we'll blame Joe because he's still having the problems, So
yeah, well, that stuff is
good.
coming here tomorrow. So
yeah, all right. Well, it's all good. We'll let you clean up there, and we'll see you back up in the office, and we'll just carry on from here. So, Joe, are you still there?
I'm here for a second.
Well, let's try to squeeze in some. Let's get some gallery folks up. We got about 15 minutes left.
Okay, I'll try to do it for 15 minutes if I can. We got Dewey. We got Dewey finished, correct?
Yep, we got Dewey and we got Sandy done.
Okay, so it looks like everybody's off now. I don't see and Andy S is gone, right?
Could be.
So
yes,
we'll go.
Call the names out, and I'll look.
We're going to Dave Kingsley.
He's gone.
Okay, then we'll switch to Roger. I know he's still here, isn't he?
Which one? Roger Woolman?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we got Roger. Hey,
Roger.
Oh, Roger's got a little bitty internet connection issues too. He looks like a little bitty cell phone on my computer.
Good looking.
Look at that.
Nice, Roger.
Yeah, they came out really nice. There's a couple mistakes in it, but
I can't see him.
Looks good. You can't see him from my house.
Hey, Dane, is it just me, or does that look like Arizona flags in there at first?
Well, yeah, that's exactly. That's what we were talking about last week.
Yeah,
He's got the Arizona flag, and then he's got the Japanese flag.
Okay.
Land of the rising sun.
which one do you like better?
Yes.
I like the lighter one.
Yes.
I like
Yep.
the
Yeah,
that
I'll take
both
them
nice, yeah.
No, you know what? They
So-
were really pretty. There's so many questions I want to ask you. There's so many questions. My God. There's.
Well, I'm making probably 3 rings of each of these to take the level up that you guys can buy. I probably will have, I don't know, a few different types of rings. So there'll be options there that you can do.
That'll work. Yeah, they're both, you know, they look more striking live on the camera than they did with the photos that you posted yesterday on the group page. Um, so initially I said the thin lines. Now I'm kind of like wavering to the thicker ones because that really looks smoking hot there. That looked really good, Roger.
They both
Thank you,
look
sir.
good.
I like them
Oh,
both.
I know. I mean,
But
I wouldn't throw either one away. I'd be happy with either one. I'd be even happier with both.
all you have to do is buy them when you're at level up.
Ain't that right, Doug? I
That's
mean,
it. Yeah.
you talk about putting a smile on your face 10 miles wide, you know, not to quote Warrant, but you know.
That's it. If that was in my house, let me tell you, I know we have the no butt rule, but I'm gonna violate it. If that was in my house, the only thing I'd do different is tell people I made it.
Right?
Plagiarism, baby.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, who else we got, Joe?
I'm looking for Al Dawson next.
Al Dawson, turn your
His
camera
camera,
on.
his camera must be he's on.
Here I am.
I
It was
got
a
him.
great night. I'll tell you what. I hope you're up at the office right now, Matt, because it was a nice one. It was nice. It's like it's so simple. Yeah, have something to go after. Yes, yeah. Make a picture of something. I wasn't thinking about that. I was just saying, what am I going to do and how am I going to do it? And that was pretty, like, just super simple. First thing, let's see. It's a dream bowl, a little dream bowl.
Oh,
no, beautiful.
That looks good, Al.
I like it.
Is that pear?
Nice,
Is that
Al.
Bradford or
It's
cherry?
pear. It's pear. Yes.
That looks great.
About an hour before we come on, this was about this much taller to a point, and I dropped it and it broke.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I mean,
Every-
it's all hollowed out. Yeah, nice little dream bowl.
Yeah, just rechuck it and turn it back into a point. Make it like a little Hershey Kiss.
I had it on a recess, so I could still play. Oh, you talk about this? Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
Or just make another one. And yes, it's definitely the reason for the season, you know. So I was playing around and
There you go. Very cool.
That is
Very nice.
cool. Hold that up a little higher.
Oh,
That's a great looking cross, Al. Great job.
Yeah. Yeah, very rustic. I like that.
I like your little wings on it too, on the bowl itself.
yeah, I posted this on Facebook. It was just I had a limb come down a couple weeks ago and we had a pretty bad storm, and it's a weeping cherry tree. It's an ornamental cherry tree in the front yard, and there was what's that?
Is that one piece of wood or is the cross inserted?
No, they're two pieces. Okay. This is Bradford pear up here.
Okay.
I wish I was that good.
Looks good, Al.
Hey, everybody have a good night. Everybody have a good Palm Sunday.
Right on. Thank you, Al.
Thank you, Al. Next up, we have Patrick, and I just seen him.
Yeah, he's there. I got him.
Okay, thank you, Dean.
Yep, you're welcome. Call him out. I'll pin him.
All right, thanks.
I know you're on your phone. I know what it's like being on the phone.
Got another piece that screwed up on me.
Oh no.
Oh no. Another screw
And
up.
it always
Oh
starts
my.
good.
This was going to be a Jim Duxbury piece. And when I got to turning the last circles on this side, the center parts started breaking out of it. So I said, well, I turned it into a bowl or fish or whatever you want to call it.
There you go.
looks good.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Good. Call it pretty.
Oh, look at those details.
Call pretty.
See, you got a whole lot going on there. You need to take a picture of that and send it into the newsletter.
I am going to bring my
Wow.
crown spiraling tool
I
to
know, right?
level up so Patrick can teach me how to use the damn thing.
I know, right? Yeah, me too, right?
I'll do my best.
Goodness. My goodness.
And
Talk about a spiral master, it's Pat.
this is a piece of ash.
Good deal.
I turned a
Pretty.
four corner piece and painted it black, and then used gold gilding wax.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And that's the bottom.
Wow.
Nice. Fantastic.
Wow. How'd you cut your bead? No, on the rim.
On the rim, with a
Very carefully.
gauge.
Okay, very carefully.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
the bead kind of formed, and then took a square inch scraper and went straight into.
Okay, got it.
Level it off.
Right.
What kind of wood was that, Pat?
It's ash.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh. And you have a little medallion in the center of that also.
Yep.
That's pretty.
Little more embellishing.
Mm-hmm. Pretty.
Yeah, just a little. Not too much. Spot on. Spot on.
It might be a little bit much, but I was
Not
having
for me. Not for me.
That's,
Look at that.
I love it.
A piece of elm that was cut 2 days ago, and I turned it green,
Wow.
and it's starting to warp.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, you can see it.
Greg, you said cut 2
Yeah.
days ago.
Love it.
Yep. I saw that pile of blocks that you had cut up.
That was just half of it.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
How wet did you
I
get? Turned
love
up?
me some red elm when you can get some good red elm, man. I love that stuff, especially the burl. My goodness.
Yeah, I got that elm stump and a piece of dogwood 12 inches in diameter, about 10 foot.
Wow.
Wow. That's huge.
So I
That's
got
a big dogwood. I can hear it cracking already. I can hear it cracking out here in Tucson.
cracking. The ends of it have already started cracking. I need to go ahead and
Yeah.
process it and get it sealed up.
Get it turned.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that elm has got some pretty figure in it.
Yeah. Yeah, it sure does.
But that's all I've done this week.
Thanks, Patrick.
Good stuff,
Really, Pat.
All right, Joe, who we got?
JJ's up next.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Shit.
So I got
He
a
was
couple
supposed
of
to have been
things.
first. Damn it.
no
Sorry,
worries.
JJ. I forgot.
No worries. Got a couple of things. I want to talk about the next issue of the newsletter. I've put out a call on the Facebook page. I want to say it here. I want photos of details, things like the medallion in the center of Patrick's bowl. And the goal is to inspire each other to try new techniques and different things. One of the first photos that I've already put in the newsletter is a pile of spinning tops that are textured and colored. And it's just overwhelming wealth of details of just the little things. So, for example, I turned this on Saturday or Sunday. This is just a little mushroom box. And so what I want to focus on is things like I used my crown spiraling tool to make the veins on the bottom of the top of the mushroom. So that's the kind of details I want to look at and show in the newsletter. I mirrored it in the bottom. And when I went to outline it with the point tool, I overshot. So we got this cool double circle that actually looks better than had I hit it dead on and only had one circle. So those are the kind of details that I want to feature in the next newsletter. You don't have to just send in details. If you don't have something that has details, but you got a bowl or whatever, that's fine. But kind of the primary focus of the next newsletter is going to be details, close-up shots, and it could also be something unique like you see a little bit of an inclusion in the grain here in this olive wood. So that might be a detail is, hey, I turned this in this way because it featured that knot or something like that. So kind of think about that when you send in your images. Like I said, I've been playing with the crown spiraling tool, and so this is the texturing bit. And look at this cool. I'm not even sure how I got that. But I really like how that turned out. I've been making some custom stamps. If you have a laser pecker, you can use rubber you can get on Amazon. It's very inexpensive, and you can actually cut custom stamps and make stamps.
I heard that.
They can use other brands of lasers too, but
I wonder who
I
has a
heard that.
laser
All right,
pecker.
yeah, here we come. Yep.
Yep.
Sure as the sun rises in the east and it sets in the west, Dane's gonna get dogged about his laser pecker one.
Well, he's supposed to send it to New York, and I'll make use of it.
Yep. So there's the texturing tool at a different angle, and this is what I'm having fun learning with this crown tool. This is the same tool at different angles. And I get different textures. And I thought that was just really cool how different they were with a change of, I think, on the crown tool, there's a little graduated dial, and you can line it up. And I think I changed it 3 notches, and I got that much difference in texture.
Yep.
So I thought that was pretty cool. And that's a cheese stamp.
Yeah. The one in your left hand is sitting about 1 o'clock.
You and Patrick make me sick.
Yeah, I think a little bit past 1, yes. Yep. And this one's dead straight up and down. That is exactly straight up and down, and that's what I got. And I looked at it and I was like, wow, that blew my mind. I thought that was cool as could be. I didn't expect that. Another stamp. This is just a little piece of resin I had overpour that I just poured into a solo cup. Making these little stamps, burning the rubber for the stamp is what takes the longest. At least with my little 10-watt diode laser. If you have a CO2 laser, it probably goes a lot faster. This one took me 2 hours to burn. This is crabapple. I turned this afternoon and discovered I'm allergic to crabapple. First time I've turned it. And the handle took 20 minutes to make. Stamps are a real fast way to make a quick 20 or $30. So a little more inspiration there. And it's simple. It's simple spindle turning. So that's all I got. But send stuff in for the newsletter. I'll put the link in the chat. And we're trying to kind of focus on details this week. This next 2 weeks.
We've got 10 days. Let's load up the email account. I put it in there. JJ's going to put it in there again. Without your work, we don't have something pretty to look at every 2 weeks. So bring it on. Billy.
You're next.
Are you up next?
Yes, he is.
Hello. I have a simple little lidded box. Nothing special. It's actually spalted live oak, which I think is kind of cool. Oh, well, it's also 3-sided.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
Nice job, Billy.
Did my little engraving on the bottom. It's got one coat. I've got one coat of myelin sanding sealer on it and one coat of satin 2X Ultra because it didn't need to shine, mainly because it's got a couple of cracks in it, but I didn't want to fill them or do anything with them because nature gave it to me this way and I left it.
Right.
No fancy details inside my lid or on the bottom. And the reason that I don't have any fancy details is because every time I try to use my ground texturing tool or spiral tool, it looks like chicken poop. So it don't look anywhere nothing like JJ's and Patrick's did. So I'm seriously going to have to get Patrick to teach me how to use that thing. I
Right.
keep
Yeah, I'm with
trying,
you.
and it keeps kicking my butt.
With
Anyway,
that spalting, Billy, it doesn't need it.
No, you're right. It is very nicely spalted. It's not very often that you see live oak with black line spalt in it. And it's also not very often that you see live oak that's that light. And it really is that light.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like
It's
that.
got some awesome spalt in it. This was basically part of a limb that I turned
Right.
from bark all the way around it.
Yeah. If it would have
But
been somebody else saying it was live oak, I would have called BS.
I guarantee it's live oak.
Oh,
But yeah,
well, no, that's why I'm saying. But if
yeah,
it was somebody else, I'd call BS. Coming from you, I know you know what live oak is.
you can almost tell it from the open pith in the rings, not the pith, but the open cells in the rings. But you're probably not getting a good enough detail from.
Yeah, we can't.
Oh, you can see
Yeah, I'm
some
not
of them.
seeing it. I'm not fully
But
seeing.
yeah,
I hear you. That's a
it was
pretty
crazy.
piece.
I didn't expect it to look anything like this. But I'm happy with it.
Very
That's all I
cool.
got.
I
But
thought
at
it was
least I've
supposed
been
to have a
turning.
twist.
Pardon?
I thought it was supposed to have a twist.
I did not this one. No, not this one.
Yeah. Who else we got, Jeff?
Next up is Jeff Walters.
Hello there. So yet another pen this week, a slimline. This one is made with a wood called acacia. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's got some really cool grain in it. And I
Nice.
sent JJ the pictures of it already. And I am working on a new project as an actual segmenting project. It's a ways to go yet before I can present it. But that's what I've got tonight. Just slimline pen.
Nice.
Very nice.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
And
Joe, who we got?
Kurt Cap.
Okay. Looks like Kurt's boogered off already.
Okay,
Next.
then Victor Todd.
Yeah, Vic's here.
All right, there. I'm unmuted now. I got something a little different today. I was given a little slab of redwood, and they asked me to make some type of platter or charcuterie out of it. And it's really a beautiful chunk of wood. It's about 14 by 10, and you can see that that was some wavy wood.
Mm-hmm. It's got some nice curl.
Sure is.
Yeah. I wanted to leave the top edge here a little more rough, but I got a little overzealous making my center marks, and my black line came out too far, so I had to sand them down. So I just made them all the same out here and cleaned it up. Got a knot feature down here that I left. This side was the natural edge side. I didn't touch it other than just to get the loose stuff off. This was the jagged split line. I left all of that detail in there.
That's
and
cool.
It came with a branch installed, and so I thought about this thing for months, and I said I have got to keep that branch in there at all costs, so it can be a handle. I was able to keep it in there. I wasn't able to do a full circle cut out here without hitting the handle, so I cut it up, but stopped short, and I just used a random orbit sander to sand the rest there. But you're got that nice detail there from the handle from the branch.
There. That's pretty slick.
And the same quilt wave is on the
got that
bottom.
curl in it.
Wow. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yep,
beautiful.
It's
Nice.
just a gorgeous chunk of wood.
Yep.
And it's redwood, so it's lighter and all get out.
Yeah.
Looks heavy.
It looks heavy,
Yes,
but
it
it's
is.
not. You would think it weighed about 3 pounds, but it probably barely weighs a pound.
Yeah, redwood is really light.
Yeah.
Oh, it's redwood. Oh, okay. Yeah, it would be like
yeah,
that.
I also like the contrast between the heartwood and the sapwood on it too.
Yeah. You left that on that piece with the curl in it.
Yeah, and they're gonna want to pay me for it, and I'm just gonna have to say no. It's a present. You don't give me nothing for it.
Nice.
It was just
very good.
It was just a privilege to get to play with it. And just one thing, Dane. Am I imagining things, or is that the same piece of wood on your lathe that we saw last week?
No, it's a different piece.
Okay, look the same. I was going to give you grief about that.
No, that's all right. Yeah, the other one's off. I've got to remake the piece that was on there last week. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, good looking
That's
out.
one piece for me.
I'm glad you're paying. I'm glad you're paying attention and looking to get those needles in on me. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, who we got up?
I'm trying to get it.
Well, James Carter's up, but I believe he's already left.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
He's here.
Okay, never mind then. He's here.
Yeah, get him up here. Come on.
I got you, James.
Yeah, thank you. Let me turn off my
There he is.
background. Hold on one moment. I gotta turn my background off. Did they change stuff on me? What in the world is this?
Yeah. Zoom updated today. Yeah.
I can tell. Holy cow! All right, well,
About
whatever.
every other week now.
This is my wife does a lot of stitching work, and she'd been begging me to make something in the realm of those old metal cookie tins. This is just simple oak, white oak, no big deal. But it's just if I can get my face to show up and it actually shows up, but just a nice little tins top and simple box, but real nice little piece. I'm not happy with the weight of the lid's a little heavy, but other than that, it's a good piece. And if her advice goes well, it should sell. I've learned to take good. Well, every time she's ever said I can't give her grief for it because every time she said something I thought would never sell, they sell. So I mean, hey, great! I'm like fantastic. Oh, there's the button. All right, now I can show this. There we are. You can see my messy background, but this is the piece, and it's just a simple. It's about a 9. I think it's 9 inches or so across.
I love it. That's a great piece, James. Very nice.
Yeah, just
it is
simple
That's
white
good.
oak. But the lids, I wish I had thinned out you play lid chicken or wood chicken when you're doing a lid like this, and I wish I had thinned the base out a little bit. And I don't have a vacuum chuck or something to hold that to do that again. But yeah, it's came out pretty nice, and I like it. It's see how well it works.
I really like the shape of the form in the lid. That's very nice.
Yeah, it's very personal. Very good.
Raffin style. I inspired a lot of my cross grain boxes by him, and so I would just say, watching enough of his videos, you'll see something similar to that.
Right.
Yep. Very nice.
Very cool.
Thank you.
All right, Joe. Who we got up next?
Tim Hatch. Come on
Tim
down.
Hatch. Come on down. Look at him. Look at the head on that guy.
So, working with a piece of pecan. So, a couple weeks ago, I had to make those balusters for that historic home, and the guy that gave me some pressure treated 4x4. Friend of mine, I made him a bowl. So, this is a piece of spalta pecan from that 200-year-old tree down in Bastrop. And
Nice.
Got a little bit of figure
Beautiful.
in there for you, JJ. I sent you the pictures already for the newsletter. So the outside is got Parfix 3408. The inside has Hampshire sheen. He's going to be using it as a popcorn bowl. So it's a little thicker than I would normally turn. It's about 3/8 inch, but I figure for a popcorn bowl, in case he drops it, it's not going to break. It'll be a good.
Well, and you don't want that bowl sliding around in your lap either. So
no, and unfortunately, you can't really see the shine on the inside, but this thing's a little bit of chatoyance to it and some shine.
See the
So
glare.
looks
It's a good looking piece of pecan.
Yeah. Nice
Thanks,
piece
Tim.
of pecan. So All right, that's all I
Right,
got. Other things are in the shop still working. So
right on. Appreciate it, buddy. Joe, who we got?
Daniel Smith.
Daniel Smith. Let's go see Daniel in Michigan. Daniel, you there? We see your
There he
roof.
is.
There he is.
There you go. Yeah, I've been making those tops and stuff, and then I got that little jig, so I started making some bottle stoppers. And
Cool.
Nice.
Wow.
got a nice little star on that one, or flower.
How'd you do the star?
Huh?
How'd you do
How'd
the
you do the
star?
star?
How'd I get it?
Yeah, how'd you do it?
I just put it up on the end of it, tool, and I put
Hold
the
it up.
sharp side going away
Hold
from
it up.
the center, going away from the center, and it just comes out like
Oh,
that.
so they're in the
Cool.
center. That star. Did you carve that, or
No, that's with the texturing tool.
The
that was with
spiraling
the
tool, the
texture?
Sorby spiraling tool.
Spiraling, yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay.
And then I was messing around. I had a piece, and I said, it's real skinny. So I'm going to make me a bowling pin.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's a clever idea. That's a clever one.
And then I made a little twig pot.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
I don't know if they'll sell or not, but they were fun to make.
I'll bet the bowling pin will. I'll bet that one will.
Am
I think it'll
be the first
one too.
Yeah.
Go make a whole bunch of them and go to the bowling alley and sit outside. After a league night,
I'll bet.
Sell them.
Actually, I got a friend that owns a bowling alley, and I was going to take this over by him.
Well, see, there you go. Put it right up there on the counter by the shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sells alcohol and everything, so he could.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
You know what?
Well,
I'd ask him if he'd do a 50-50 raffle for you instead of trying selling it, raffle it off, but 50-50, house keeps half, you keep half, and see how much money you make off that.
Yeah, that'd be
It might run up pretty quick.
That'd be fun.
Then have a form, taking pre-orders.
And this is that honey locust, and when you put the black light on it, it changes color, it turns to a greenish color or yellowish green. And
I thought it was just black locust that did that. I didn't know honey did.
the honey locust does too. And this right here is really kind of cool for Halloween if you make bowls and stuff out of it. That's kind of a selling point. So for Halloween.
Yeah. How about that? Yeah, good idea. Make a big old goodie bowl.
Yeah.
Black light on it.
You have a party and put a black light over it. Be cool.
Right. Very cool. What else you got, Dan?
That's all I got. Well, yeah, that's
Sweet.
it. I got my stickers.
Hey, look at that.
Got
Hey.
them. upside down. There we go.
Nice.
That works.
So
that's what the stickers are going to look like too.
Yeah.
If you've been creative with those shavings under the lid, you could have made them spell something interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all I got for this week. I just got that Ruth Niles jig, and I'm just starting to play with it. So
Which one, Dan?
The eccentric.
The eccentric, yeah.
The joiner jig.
Joiner jig, yeah.
And that's going to be fun. I just ordered 2 extra of the thin plates because I don't want to keep changing back and forth from, bottle stoppers to eccentric. And so I ordered another plate stuff for it.
Oh,
that way I can have them set up both ways. That way,
right on. I'm glad you was able to get through on it.
if I get tired making one, I can do the other.
Yep.
So,
all right, very good, very good. Thank you, Dan. Joe, who we got next?
Doug Miller.
Doug Miller, come on down.
I don't know who that guy is. He doesn't know how to turn. Did my demo yesterday and I had a little fun. This was supposed to be square, but you can see that crack. It wouldn't let me do it. By the time I was even close, I was round, other than a couple little flats, and the flats were ugly. So turn them off. A little bit of red cedar that I've had laying around in the shop forever. And this idea came from a guy actually in England, using these muted colored paints and making kind of an early American thing. And I've got it as a weed pot right this minute, but I've also got a large enough hole I can put a candle in there. So it can be either a weed pot or a candle holder. Right now it's just a weed pot. Had a little extra time, and so I thought, well, I've got some more wood. That one was 7.5. This is 10 inches tall. That's a bit of spalted maple. Real nice piece of spalting. The piece of wood didn't look like much. One side where it had been wrapped in paper, the paper had actually stuck. And so I had to sand all that paper off of there. And you'll notice a little bit of a curve here. That was flat. And when I went to take my tenon off, I scooped it just a little bit. And oh my goodness, look what I saw on the bottom. Which by making the bottom concave on that square bottom, I got a nice little concave curve there. So it actually sits on the four corners. And I'm kind of proud of that one. Same thing here. It's double drilled, 3/4 of an inch for candle, and then I think it's 3/8 for weeds or seed pods or whatever these are. These are off of some ornamental grass in our yard. So anyhow, that's what I got done this week. That's it.
It's nice,
Cool.
Doug.
Well done.
It's pretty.
Well done.
Thanks, guys.
Joe, what else we got?
James Disbro.
James DeBro. We got him coming right now. Hey, James.
How are y'all doing tonight?
Pretty good. I can't wait to see this one. Saw the pick.
This is a little, just a little box I made this week. It's out of
that part.
Con.
Nice.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And I was wondering what to do with the top. So I just took the foot and made a little handle off of it. And the inside, it's got tongue oil as a finish. Tongue oil and some spray lacquer. So hopefully nobody's gonna be chewing on it.
That will work.
Looks good, James.
All right, thanks, sir.
Thanks.
Joe.
Next is me.
Guess you needed me to spotlight you.
Oh, there I am. Actually, I was over near Patrick's neck of the woods, and I stole some cedar off of him. So I turned a little cedar. I'm going to use it as a jewelry box for my wife.
That's a pretty one.
And I put a bloodwood cap on it, and it's got a little bit of a tight fit, but it's just enough to where when something gets inside it, it will actually not hold. It'll come off easier. But right now, it is actually stuck on there. Little bitty pop to it.
That's
and it was some pretty good cedar.
Very nice.
I really didn't steal
I
from
like
Patrick,
I like your shape. I like your shape a lot.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Pretty, Joe. Good job.
Yeah, thank you. And Dane, that is actually the last name that I have. That's when I started having my internet troubles. So if anyone else asked to be on, I don't have any more names.
Well,
Okay.
Nikki's got some stuff to show. Let's see if Nikki's got some stuff.
Well, we got. I know. Howard.
I saw
said
Howard
he had
does
some
too.
stuff. There's
Okay.
several people in there.
All right, I'll let
So-
you guys
looking.
manage
But
it.
yeah,
Then.
yeah, but no, bring Nikki on. And I can't do it because I'm in the middle of a message right now, and I don't want to hold
I
her out.
got it. Oh no, there she goes. Okay.
There she is.
Hello there. Welcome.
Nikki is new. Everybody, welcome Nikki. Elemental.
Really?
Hello, Nikki.
Arts.
Did you have fun?
Elemental
Did you have
arts.
fun tonight? Did you have fun?
She's a pyro girl.
Nice.
Oh, we heard all about you.
Yeah, I'm getting around a little bit. So,
Not touching that one.
How much do you want to see? Because
Every other corner.
every other corner.
No, forget it. Forget it.
Whatever you want to show, Nikki.
Do you want to
Yep.
see stuff I've
Yeah.
turned or stuff I've burned?
Yes.
Yes.
You can do both.
Okay, so I'll show you a couple things I've turned that I think is quite comical. My first bowl, which taught me how to make funnel and a whole bunch of mistakes. So
Hey, we've all been there.
Yep.
Nice.
I got a T-shirt. that says "Proud Member of the Funnel Club." So
yep, my
Yeah,
very
and
first one. You know, it's still got a 10 on. So if I want to put it back on there and take care of this crap, I can. But all these mistakes led to this.
There you go.
That's nice.
Beautiful.
There you
Look
go.
how pretty
That's
that
pretty.
is.
This
My
is
goodness.
salted cherry.
Nice.
Very, wow, that's
That's
got
pretty.
some killer grain in it. That's got some awesome grain.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
What kind of
This
wood?
is-
What kind is that, Nikki? What kind
This
of
is
wood?
what?
What kind of wood is that?
Spalted cherry.
Okay, pretty. There you go. Oh my.
Nice.
Looks like it's warped a little bit since you turned it too.
Oh yeah, it has moved a little bit. It was.
we call
not-
that character.
Yes.
Yes. I love character bowls. And this is my I think this is my third bowl, but I tended to I squeezed the chuck a little too hard. So I chipped a little bit of the mortise rim off, but this is the inside. I believe this is also spalted cherry, but I could be wrong because I really can't tell the differences.
That looks like maple. That doesn't look like cherry.
Yeah.
It might be maple. It could be very well. To see right
It
there.
could be red maple. Looks like cherry to me. It looks like some of the salted cherry that I've got.
This was my first attempt at getting thin walls that I did just before I just saw the demo this evening. So I was like, all right, I'm trying that again now that I know how to do it.
Cool.
Very, very timely then. It's great.
Exactly. So
Yeah, going thin on your
good
third
night,
bowl.
Matt. It
I
was a
didn't
good
attempt a thinner wall bowl till I was probably 8 or 9 bowls in.
well, I've been watching Turners since like June or July on TikTok, and just watching and learning from every single one of them and the way they do it. And then I'm being taught by somebody who's a 12-year turner, and he's also a master machinist, so he makes his own tools. And he shows me his way, because you guys all have your way.
That's right.
But there's always a primary principle that's got to be followed. We tweak the primary way to get the desired results that we're able to achieve, and that's what we try to pass on. But there's always a right way or a wrong way, based upon the type of wood, where it's side grain, end grain. There's certain principles that have to be followed.
Oh yes.
But yep.
Yes, I'm learning that.
Yes.
They
We
are
all did.
learning how
We
to
all
ride
did.
the bevel, which I'm finding to be very difficult on a spindle gouge.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nikki, how long have you been turning, Nikki?
Well, I don't own my own equipment. I have to go to my uncle's to use one of his MIDI lathes, and I've only been turning since, let's say, September, October, maybe.
No,
And then
those bowls are pretty.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Good shapes.
Also,
Yep.
I've turned some other stuff. If you guys want to see, can you go get my tool bag? It's right there.
Hey, on that one that you had where it broke out, why don't you just carve it to put 3 feet on it?
It didn't break out, but as I was pulling it out of the chuck, that's when I noticed the chips, and they just fell out.
Why don't you just carve it into 3-footed bowl?
I can still do that using my Dremel or my what do you call that little box one? I have one of those too. I call it a
Fordham.
It's well,
Fordham clone.
I used that when I was doing dental technology. So that is my dental technology drill, but it's the same thing he was using. It's basically a high speed. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
Micromotor. Yeah.
An NSK clone.
16,000 RPM.
Yeah, there you go.
So I've turned these because, like I said, he makes his own tools, so he's making me make mine.
There you go.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
And I tried to get them all the same shape and all the same size. I think I came pretty close. Only, wait, hold on.
Yeah,
that's not too
good.
bad.
That's
Too
good.
shabby.
So are they collets? What's with the lines in the vertical lines near the
vertical lines are because these are interchangeable tools. Like if you see this one's extended above the actual, you can actually unscrew these.
Oh, they're collets. Okay.
She's using it as a true
take
ferrule.
that out, and I have
ferrule
4
collet.
more gouges that I can just put back in one of these.
There you go.
And
Good
tighten
job.
it back down.
I'm guessing
Nice
he makes the
job.
collets.
No, he actually ordered those, but I think he has made some that he has on his own tools.
Yeah.
So he
Nice.
gave me the ones he ordered, and he makes his own because, well,
because he can.
Well,
because he can.
Exactly, because he can. But he
Now I
also
will.
gave me all these heads.
Cool.
All the tools.
So,
good.
Except for the chisel set that was given to me by somebody who wanted to give it to a new turner in somebody else's live, I got issued a traditional chisel set that I did not make anything for, but I also made these 2 awls. These are the first things I ever turned.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Good job.
Nice shape.
Those are spalted maple, I believe.
That looks great.
Looks
No,
looks
super
comfy in the hand. And the Chihuahua approves of the taste.
I made these 2 Morse tapers.
Nice.
What do you use those for?
Cleaning out the lathe and wrenching like tools if you need to, turn it more and get more leverage. I think he said.
Okay.
I haven't used them yet, so. And then all right, so now you've seen everything that I've turned except for one bowl that's up there that has a crack in it and is stabilizing or whatever.
Well, it looks like you fell down the rabbit hole.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm trying to get my daughter
right,
to come with
Nikki.
me to do it too, and she's 13.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. All right, now,
Perfect.
Nikki, give us a preview. Give us a preview of some pyro.
Ooh, okay. We'll start with the Rose Bowl.
Because that's embellishment.
Oh, my.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Beautiful.
There we go.
Sweet.
Good job.
That's amazing.
There are a lot of things going on with this, but this is what somebody was saying earlier, but disguising it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Try to disguise it in the pyro picture.
Yeah. Yeah. Very nice. Oh,
like doing a cover-up tattoo.
Yeah.
Just amazing. Just amazing.
Great job.
Yeah, cover up tattoo, right?
Yeah, nice stuff, Nikki.
Yeah,
Thank
well
you.
done.
So
Well, it's cedar or what have you got?
This is Ozark Mountain Cedar turned by Trucking Ed in Missouri.
Yeah.
I have a nationwide collaboration going on between me and all turners. Hey, I've done one for Joe.
Yep. Yeah, we saw the 420 hole. Yep.
The Puff Puff Pass.
Huh?
The Puff Puff Pass.
The Puff Puff Pass Bowl. Yep.
Hey, Nikki, you need to give Chuck and Ed a hard time because I've been trying to get him into this meeting. So now, if you're working with him too, you need to tell
that's available if you guys want to procure that.
We can't solicit sales.
My God,
Where'd
really
you get that idea? Where'd you get that
That's
idea?
gorgeous.
I love it.
Awesome Phoenix.
Sorry,
Nice.
I'm mirrored, obviously. So.
I like it.
You turned that bowl?
No, it looks backwards to you, but it's right to us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's right to us. Yeah.
So
You
there's the
turned that
Phoenix
bowl?
bowl.
I love that Phoenix.
Yeah, the Phoenix is gorgeous.
I actually have this on a board as well that's actually airbrushed in colors.
Okay.
I haven't airbrushed this yet, so. but they
You,
matched
you,
the
you,
board.
you turned that ball?
Awesome.
No, she collaborates. So
Oh,
people
pretty.
send her
Oh,
stuff
okay, yeah,
and they
okay, yeah,
pyro it.
okay, yes,
Oh,
yes,
that's
yes.
Oh
pretty.
my.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Wow. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You're very talented.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been doing this for a very long time. So,
You look pretty young. What's a real long time?
yeah.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, 35 years.
Oh, wow.
I'm 40.
Cool.
I'll be 45 in June. And then I don't want to take up too much more time, so I'm just going to show you the base of this lighthouse, turned by Big Rich in Washington State.
Wow.
But my dog's kind of in the way, but I'll see if I can stand it up. Hold on.
Bring your camera down just a little bit if you can.
Oh my.
Oh
Camera
my
down.
God.
Oh
my
my.
God.
That
Oh
is
my
Wow.
beautiful.
The stones, the stairs,
Yeah.
Oh my
the
God.
portholes. That is
Incredible.
awesome.
Nikki,
Oh, look at
that's
that, the little
amazing.
door.
Oh my
Yeah.
I love
God.
it.
You drew all that out? And
Yeah, and then I burned it in.
Wow.
oh my God.
That is
That's
gorgeous.
just
Great
amazing.
job.
Absolutely
It truly
amazing.
is.
That's
You're
beautiful.
very,
You
very
and me are
talented
I
young
never
lady.
I never want to show my stuff after you.
You know what's funny? After you guys showing your stuff, I'm like, my stuff is amateur compared to this. Like, come on.
You're
Not at
too
all.
far.
We all have our different
See,
talents.
the thing of it is, wood turners, we're all our worst critic. We all think our stuff is extremely, extremely substandard.
Well, I do. I
That's the
really.
beauty, and that's the beauty of this group is because we have a no buts guaranteed. Um, everything everything that everybody does is a fabulous piece.
Yeah.
And who are we to judge somebody else's artistic perspective?
Right. Star of the show right here.
That's
If
good.
Victor was here, I'd ask him to show his bowl, and if Dr. Neil was here, I'd ask him
I'm
to
here.
show his bowl.
Oh,
I think he
I'm
showed
here.
you guys that one though.
Neil's here.
Huh?
Neil, he's
Neil,
here.
Or is it
Yeah.
Victor?
Neil's not allowed to show his stuff because he hasn't figured out how to use chat yet.
Well, he has the fish bowl, and Dizzy has the buck bowl. But this is
Nice.
the D&D bowl.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Oh my goodness. Look
Here
at
we go.
that.
I was thinking D.
Fascinating.
Okay,
Dragon.
you're
Beautiful.
for real.
Yeah.
D&D.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Dookie.
that's cool.
Back.
My God, I played D&D 35 years ago. I
Yeah.
haven't played it since.
I never
I'm still
wanna
I'm
be
still playing
after
with
you.
I'm still playing with my son, Dane.
I'm still working on getting the dice on there because those are kind of hard to do.
Dungeons Dragons.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can always start it back up, man.
Howard, you were going to be up next. Howard, don't go. We got to see what you got, Howard. Don't
No,
disappear.
let's put him up. I'm you guys.
Howard.
Howard.
Thanks,
come on,
Nikki. Thanks,
Howard.
Nikki. Great
Oh
stuff.
my God, he
Thanks,
really
Nikki.
did
Nikki.
bug her out.
Don't
Oh,
leave us.
Thank you, Nikki.
Welcome.
that's okay.
Nikki, stay on for
And so once again, so Nikki is new to the group, so just like everybody else that's new, I try to give a little bit of a limelight to the new individual, so for those that didn't get to show their stuff because you may think that I'm taking too long passing through the galleries. Remember, you also put your name on the list a very long time ago. But all right, so with that, we got one more. Tom Wing, you're up next. There he is.
I made this potpourri pot about 2 years ago, and it's no big deal, but it was 3 branches from a pine tree that grew together. They rubbed on each other until they formed I guess you'd call it a canker. And
that's amazing.
In town gave it to me, and I figured it was going to blow up in the lathe, but I turned it, and it turned out all right. But
that's really pretty.
Kind of weird,
I love that.
and it was pine.
That's better than all right. That
Yeah.
is really cool.
Very
that's
fine.
great.
That is really cool.
You can see
You,
where
you got, you got a nice
nice.
piece. You got a nice piece of that tree right there.
Yeah.
Did you put something in between the branches, or is that just bark that we're seeing in there?
No, they grew together.
Okay.
They sat there and rubbed together, and they finally grew together and created a canker that was solid enough for me to turn. Then today I finished a walnut bowl, and this was one of 3 that I used a bowl saver on, and the other 2 blew up.
They're explosive.
Well, this is that walnut that I got from in New Hope here, and I've had a heck of a time with it. And then I've been cutting some boards for cutting boards, and had some hedge apple that I cut for some accent strips for some laminated cutting boards. I was kind of surprised how bright that was. We were talking about that the other night, how yellow this stuff is. And that's all I've got.
Hey, Tom, on your very first potpourri bowl with all those knots and the bark inclusion and everything, did you stabilize that bark?
I did not.
You did not. That's amazing. It stayed together.
That's what I said.
Tom, hold it up
Beautiful
again.
job.
Tom, hold it up again. I missed. I had to go feed the cats.
There was 3 branches that rubbed together.
I heard the description on it. I heard the description. I just couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it looks fantastic.
I guess you'd call that a canker is what I was. Well, growing up, that's what we called them anyway. But you can see there's bark inclusions in there and stuff. So
yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
that's why I'm kind of concerned that it might not hang together, but it did.
Very good.
Very nice.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, sir. Peace. All right. Well, with that takes us to the top of the hour. God, what a great evening we had tonight, folks. I want to thank everybody. It's 50. I'm on here twice. There's 50 of us still left here. It was great seeing Mr. Gary Hales off and on when his screen would pop up, and seeing him out in his shop and actually turning with his face shield on. We had a great demo tonight by Matt. We had a great discussion about what a spindle gouge and a bowl gouge and a roughing gouge and a continental gouge is. So hopefully, at least within the 102 people that were on during that discussion, nobody goes away with not understanding how to tell the difference between a spindle gouge and a roughing gouge, and aren't just taking a picture of it and then posting it on Facebook and saying, "Help! I don't know what kind of gouge I got." So hopefully that cleared up everything. And got rid of the tang misnomer, because the tang's got nothing to do with on what kind of tool you got. So with that, we'll call this the demarcation point of the main meeting. Look on the website and look on the under featured on the Facebook page for the link for ordering stickers. I will have that up tomorrow. I will have stickers in hand on April 2nd, and as soon as I get them, I will be addressing and licking envelopes and throwing stamps on them and popping them out in the mail as they come in each day. So, and then of course, remember, you ain't got a club patch yet. You need to go get one. Be like the rest of the cool kids. So with that demarcation point, we'll call this the official ending point of the main meeting. We will keep it open for what I call, and a lot of us like to call, the after hours, and we'll go from there.